the history of boxing, there are parts of the globe where the sport itself transcends its roots to galvanize not just a country, but a national identity, a unified sense of pride exhibited through its greatest prize fighters. It has been said that no nation more embodies this concept than the land south of the border. A place where machismo and gloves go hand in hand, and where only the greatest earn the title of Mexican warrior. Two words that encompass many styles, but only one relentless mentality. With 33 knockouts and a 37-1 record, few can stake claim to his country's fighting heritage more than El Alacrán, the Scorpion.
It was punishment for 6 rounds.
As Miguel Berchelt, a 6-time junior lightweight champion, hunts for his 7th title defense.
Defended his WBC world title for the 6th time.
Yet his opponent owns 2 things even the reigning champion does not: an undefeated record and an Olympic pedigree.
Combination from the Mexican fighter and ends.
As former WBO featherweight champion Oscar Valdez seeks to seize the Scorpion's title.
As they are going to trade to the bell, acting like fighters in a
However, here, it is about more than merely winning. Pride, hard work, and toughness rise above all else. As 2 of the greatest warriors of their generation vie for the mantle that matters most. This is blood, sweat, and tears. Berchelt versus Valdez.
Every time there's 2 Mexican fighters inside the ring, there's always fireworks. And all these fighters have something in common. They never back down. They always try to give it their all. They're warriors. And me growing up, you want to imitate them, and you want to be an icon like they are. You want to be a legend like they are. I didn't look up to Superman or Batman. I look up to Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera. Those were...
One thing I'm loving about Berchelt is the body work. Everybody knows I love body work, but it opens up the headshots like that. Oh! Down
goes Sosa. The corner stepping in there and having mercy on their own fighter.
It was the right thing to do.
Vamos a esperar la pelea de Valdez. Y bueno, si gana, aquí estoy listo. Si quiere este cinturón, aquí está, le va a costar.
Valdez will always be a Mexican warrior. You know what that's going to add to Valdez? The legacy and the big fights that he wants to continue to have.
Lopez wobbled. Lopez down. Big right hand. And a combination ensues. Valdez, and that's it.
Miguel Berchelt standing here in the ring. Is that a fight that you want? I know you want a world title.
He has that WC belt. He's trying to take it back home. He's a champion. That's the one I would want to fight.
It's going to be a collision between 2 runaway trains. Well, the trains are getting ready. The coal is getting shoveled into the red-hot engines. If you like offense and very little defense, then sit back and enjoy. You know that old adage of hit and don't get hit? It doesn't apply here. Mexican style.
Big combination from the Mexican fighter. A TKO knockout win.
He's a dog. He won't get cracked. The fight will break out.
Oh, nice left hook from Oscar Valdez.
And it's over. My, oh my.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Berchelt versus Valdez.
I'm working very hard. I seriously doubt Alacrán Berchelt is working harder than me.
Estoy muy motivado por esta pelea contra Oscar Valdez.
It's a game of chess inside the ring. I'm not scared of no other fighter. I'm not scared of nothing. I was born to fight.
Yo pienso noquear a Oscar, pienso ganarle de una manera contundente.
My dream, becoming a world champion, a WBC world champion, just around the corner. I can almost touch it. I can almost feel it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win.
Para darle un venenito de alacrán que no tiene cura.
Not all struggles are created equal, and neither are all parts of the globe. There are places where, for some, power is a brutal quest, based on survival of the fittest. South of the border, there is another story to be told, because out of hardship comes strength, an intense will to win, and a desire to not just survive, but conquer. A reality embodied by two prize fighters, who now ready to vie for a title with momentous stakes. For Miguel Berchelt and Oscar Valdez, a crucible 20 feet across represents far more than yards of fabric. It represents the grit of a country. A land able to withstand so much, ready to cheer on those who personify their common ideals. An iron will, the ability to endure punishment and emerge victorious. A belief that the time is now, and nothing will stand in their way. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
I'm going to go ahead and put the link. You can watch these in full. There's 2 episodes. They're both on the top rank on the ESPN YouTube page. I'll just put this episode right in the description box. So they're going to be starting in like moments, not even moments. It could be starting any time now. We are here live, real time for the Zoom call. Here, let me go put the camera on. I know I look like shit. Got to go to the barber. So we're here live for the Zoom call, the Fight Week live media Zoom call for Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. Hold, let me pull it up real quick. I'm going to tell you everybody who's going to be on the call. We have it open, so as soon as they go live, as soon as they open it up, we're going to head right over. So, hold on. I don't want to open up my email on. God damn it. A minute. They're starting right now. Hold on. All right, let's make sure we're not muted. Yeah, they're starting right now. So yeah, hold on.
Ivan, thank you very much.
What the hell is that? My bad. I had to check. My pop had called me. So, yeah. So what were we talking about? Hold on. Let me go. Oh, there we go. He's starting.
Well, welcome everybody to yet another media Zoom conference call for the first fight of the year for 2021. A can't miss battle. Headline Saturday night by WBC Super Featherweight World Champion Miguel Berchelt against former Featherweight World Champion Oscar Valdez. Perhaps the most highly anticipated all-Mexican showdown since the great trilogy between Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales. We have a great card on hand in the co-feature. Gabriel Flores Jr. will take on former world title challenger from Puerto Rico, Jayson Velez. And then the undercard, well, we have many of the sport's greatest young prospects in action. 18-year-old Puerto Rican sensation Xander Zayas making his return to the ring. We also have a great 6-round bout between Brian Lua and Fraven Gonzalez, battle of unbeaten junior lightweights. We have the Dominican Kid, Elvis Rodriguez, one of the top prospects in all of boxing. He returns against the Argentine veteran Luis Alberto Veron. And we have middleweight contender and 2012 Olympic silver medalist from Brazil, Esquiva Falcao, against former world title challenger Artur Akavov. That's a 10-rounder. So programming note, the main 2 fights, Berchelt Valdez and Flores Velez, will be televised live on ESPN at 10 p.m. Eastern, and it will also be simulcast live on ESPN Plus. That is a new announcement, so let everybody know, ESPN or ESPN Plus for the main 2 fights. The undercard will now be starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that is live and exclusive on ESPN Plus. So if you're on ESPN Plus, you can run through the entire card on ESPN Plus or switch over to ESPN at 10 p.m. But more fans will have the opportunity to see the fight of the year. So we're all very, very excited about that. In terms of the questions here, if you ask a question in Spanish, we have Gardy Lopez on the line. He will translate from Spanish to English if you wish to ask a Spanish question. So please give him time to translate. And I know we get this question all the time. In terms of recording, you cannot record directly, but after this call is done, it will be uploaded on our Top Rank YouTube channel. Feel free to use snippets from today's call on your channel. It's promotional, so feel free to use it on the Top Rank YouTube channel. All right, now that we got all of the housekeeping out of the way, I'd like to introduce you the 18-year-old sensation, undefeated, record 6-0, 5 knockouts from Puerto Rico. Also made history as the youngest person ever to sign a professional contract with Top Rank at 16 years old.
So what's going on with y'all, man?
Xander Zayas. Xander, welcome. How you doing today?
I like this kid.
How are you guys? Thank you, Evan. And I'm great. Looking forward for this Saturday night. Ready. And I can't wait. I can't wait to put on the show.
You know, it's been a little bit of time since you've fought in Las Vegas. You fought a couple times in Florida during the pandemic. How excited are you to make your bubble debut after sort of watching it from afar over this last year?
I don't like this chat.
No, really excited. I know it's going to be a great experience. And again, like I said, I'm ready. It's been a great camp, and I can't wait to put on the show Saturday night.
And again, everybody who wants to ask a question for Xander and for anybody else, use the raise hand mechanism in Zoom. If you cannot figure that out, you can send me a direct message in the chat. Please send it directly to me and not to everyone, because we do not want to clog up the chat line here. Our first question will come from Jeremy Harriges. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Xander. Good to see you again. Looking at this kind of like the start of year 2 within your professional boxing career, what are some of the things that you've learned from before you entered the pro rankings to now?
Oh, it's been a great experience since day one. I mean, I've grown a lot as a fighter. I believe everything in my boxing career has gotten better. You know, from the head movement to the combinations, the sitting in the punches. So I wouldn't have just one thing that I could say, oh, I grew on that, because I personally think that I've grew on every aspect of my boxing game. So yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy. And next we go to Ernesto Amador. Ernesto, I've asked you to unmute, so please go ahead when ready, sir.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm going to ask in Spanish. Xander, un placer saludarte. La verdad que me emociona mucho ver que estás en una cartelera de este tamaño, y siempre he creído que las grandes leyendas se construyen en las peleas legendarias. ¿Qué significa para ti estar en Berchelt Valdez y qué estás dispuesto a hacer para mostrarle al mundo entero tu talento?
Déjame traducirle, Xander. The question was, legends are amazing, legendary fights. How does it feel to fight in such a big event like Berchelt Valdez?
Ernesto, mi gran amigo, primero que nada, ¿verdad? Gracias por estar aquí conmigo hoy. Bueno, es una emoción que siento, ¿verdad? De poner una excelente pelea este próximo sábado. He entrenado bastante fuerte y como bien dijiste, va a ser una pelea que va a ser legendaria en un futuro y estar en la cartelera significa mucho para mí.
Gracias.
Like you mentioned, this is a legendary fight and it's going to be a great experience for me that is going to help me for my future.
Thank you very much. And now we go to Ryan O'Hara. And just a heads up, we have a lot of people in the chat today and a lot of people asking questions. So I will try to get to as many people as I can. So just everybody, please be patient because it's a very popular chat today. So as I said, I'll do my best to get to as many people as possible.
Berchelt is not
Ryan
on
O'Hara, you're
5:30.
next. Ryan, please unmute.
We're going to be here for a while.
Thanks, Evan. How's it going, Xander? Ryan O'Hara with the Ring Magazine here. My question for you is that we've seen so many fighters over the last year kind of using the coronavirus as an excuse for any type of training malfunction. But looking at your record, you had 4 fights in 2020, scoring 3 knockouts out of the 4 fights. So, when you see fighters using COVID, as an excuse, does that give you even more motivation to stay dedicated to your training?
Yes, 100%. COVID is something that kind of stopped us at the beginning, and that's a fact. But over the couple months, we found a way to keep things moving. I've been in the gym since. Really happy and excited to keep working and improving myself. I mean, Top Rank gave me a great opportunity at the end of 2020 to fight here in Florida. And I took advantage of those 2 opportunities, and here I am today. And again, just working hard.
Thank you very much, Ryan. And next we move to Cesar Seda. Cesar, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Y'all could have told me the volume was
¿Cómo
low.
está? César Seda de Decisión Dividida en Puerto Rico. Y la pregunta que tengo para ti hoy es, ¿cuán agradecido tú estás con la oportunidad que te está dando Top Rank de estar en esta gran cartelera que podría convertirse fácilmente en la cartelera, en la pelea del año, en esa pelea estelar, y también con la compañía de muchos puertorriqueños en la cartelera también? ¿Cuán agradecido tú estás con la empresa que te está dando esta gran oportunidad y ya vemos cómo te han tratado?
The question is, how thankful are you of getting these big opportunities that the company is giving you, putting you in these big events, and by being the same company of many Puerto Rican fighters?
Pues primero que nada, súper agradecido con la oportunidad que Top Rank me da para pelear en esta gran cartelera, que como bien sabemos se puede convertir en la pelea del año. Como bien dije, me he preparado bastante bien y estoy más que ready, más que preparado para poner una excelente pelea este sábado de la noche.
I'm very thankful with the company for this big opportunity and putting me in this big event. This could be potentially be the fight of the year, and I'm more than ready to put on a great show. I have prepared myself very well, and I'm going to do a great fight on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Cesar. And now we move along to Carlos Narvaez. Carlos, please unmute when you're ready, sir.
Hi to everybody. Saludos, Xander. Un abrazo desde acá, desde Puerto Rico, y saludo a todos los compañeros de la prensa.
I'm gonna check and see
¿Cuán
who's all
importante para
on
ti
the call.
es este combate que tendrás el sábado, Xander? Sabemos que obviamente estuviste peleando a 4 asaltos. Vamos subiendo a 6 asaltos. ¿Cuáles son los objetivos? ¿Cuáles son las metas tuyas para ahora, para el 2021?
The question is, how are you feeling about this fight? Preparing for an important event where you're going from 4 rounds to 6 rounds for the first time. How important is this fight for you, and what are your goals for 2021?
Pues esta pelea es súper importante para mí, ya que pues va a ser mi primera 6 asaltos. Nos hemos preparado bastante bien, ha sido un buen campamento. No he tenido ningún tipo de problemas ni con lesiones ni nada por el estilo. Súper agradecido con eso. Y para este 2021 tengo varias metas, ¿verdad? Como pelear al menos 6 veces este año, terminar el año peleando 8 asaltos, ir creciendo, ir teniendo mejor oposición en cada combate y la más importante, que es la que estoy trabajando duro y sé que voy a cumplir con el enfoque, es convertirme en el prospecto del año del 2021. Yo sé que con todo el enfoque y la dedicación se va a cumplir.
This fight is very, very important for me. This is my first time going for 6 rounds, and I have prepared myself very well for this challenge. And for 2021, you know, my goals are to keep growing as a fighter, developing in the ring, and something that I have put my mind into, and that I'm sure that I'm gonna achieve with all my concentration and just being ready. I'm gonna be the prospect of the year in 2021.
And next off, thank you very much. And next we go to Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos, please unmute when ready. Carlos Gonzalez.
Saludos, Xander. ¿Qué hiciste si algo diferente para este campamento que no habías hecho anteriormente?
The question is, what have you done differently in this training camp that you haven't done before?
Creo que para este campamento ha sido un poco más cerrado, ya, ¿verdad? El caso del COVID, hemos tenido a otros boxeadores en el campamento, eso ha sido un poco más cerrado, pero de lo demás, trabajo duro, enfoque y dedicación.
I believe that the only difference for this training camp is that the training camp has been a little bit more enclosed because of the situation with COVID. We had some people coming to the gym, but from everything else has been the same, just hard work.
Thank you very much. And next, we go to Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene. We got a couple more minutes with Xander. So Jake, go ahead when ready.
Great. Thank you, Evan. Xander, always a pleasure speaking to you. You mentioned about your training camp. What did you gain from having like the trio world champions that came through? Adrian Broner, Tank Davis, Robert Easter. What was that experience like for you training with all those guys?
Well, it was awesome. I learned, I grew as a fighter. You know, inside the ring, they taught me a lot, and I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to work with those guys and see what it takes to be on that next level.
And I'm sorry, one more question for Adrian Broner, where he's at in his career. What did it mean to you that they turned to you as for inspiration? Really for him to turn around his own career.
Well, it means a lot. He knows that I like to work hard. I know that he likes to work hard. So we were pushing each other throughout camp, and it was just an amazing experience.
Thank you very much, Jake and Xander. Before we let you go, any final words you'd like to say to media, to the fans out there? Your opponent, as just a programming reminder, his opponent James Martin, 6-1 from Philadelphia, so definitely a step up. So Xander, any final comments you'd like to make before you sign off?
Well, guys, to all the media, to all the fans, thank you for the support. Thank you for always being there. This February 20, I'm gonna put on a show. Make sure to tune in to ESPN Plus. What else can I say en español? A toda mi gente de Puerto Rico, toda mi gente latina, gracias por todo el apoyo, todo el cariño. Este 20 de febrero, no se lo pierdan. ESPN Plus, vamos por una excelente pelea y obtener la victoria.
Thank you so much, Xander, and we will see you Saturday night.
Let's talk for a little minute.
And next on the line here, we have Elvis, the Dominican Kid Rodriguez. And as I think if anybody's looking at Elvis's screen right now, you can see Freddie Roach.
We don't have any time
next
to talk.
The legendary Freddie Roach, and Freddie Roach is used to having young southpaw power punchers come through his gym. So he had Manny, still has Manny for about 20 years, and now he has the hottest young prospect in boxing, perhaps, in Elvis Rodriguez, 10-0-1, 10 knockouts, and one of many outlets considered him prospect of the year last year. So, Gardy, if you can translate this. Elvis, you had a bit of a hiccup before your last scheduled fight, December 12th, with a positive COVID test, but now you are back. How have you recovered, and how are you feeling heading into your first bout of 2021?
Elvis, que en tu pasado combate pues tuviste un caso positivo a COVID y no pudiste pelear en tu pelea del 12 de diciembre, pero ahora estás de vuelta. ¿Cómo te sientes de estar de regreso ahora para el 2021?
Bueno, me siento bastante bien, tú sabes, bien contento de estar de regreso ya en el ring. O sea que el año 2020, a pesar de todo, a pesar de ese caso positivo que tuve al final del año, fue un año excelente para mí. Y qué mejor manera de empezar el año una cartelera como esta, como lo que va a ser Berchelt Valdez.
Even though that I have a positive test in December, I believe that 2020 was a great year for me. And what better way to start 2021 with being, fighting in such a great event as Berchelt versus Valdez.
Thank you, Elvis. And we're going to lead things off with Adriana Jimenez. Adriana, I've asked you to unmute, so please do that and go ahead when ready. Go. I'm going to get a countdown to 3, Adriana. 3. There you are.
Can you hear me? Elvis, how are you doing? Talk to me a bit about this relationship with obviously legendary trainer in Freddie Roach and how you feel like you've evolved with them.
Que le hables un poco sobre tu relación con un entrenador legendario como es Freddie Roach y cómo te sientes que te has desarrollado con él en tu esquina.
Bueno, tú sabes, creo que fue una de las mejores decisiones que yo pude haber tomado al iniciar mi carrera de boxeador profesional, venir aquí a Los Ángeles a entrenar con Freddy. Hemos tenido una química bastante buena, aquí he aprendido muchísimo en el gimnasio, he mejorado muchísimo y, ¿sabes? Todos los días tratando de mejorar y aprendiendo algo nuevo aquí en el gimnasio, nunca paramos de aprender. Y tú sabes, súper agradecido por el avance que he tenido aquí junto con Freddy en el gimnasio.
Starting my career by moving to LA to train with Freddie at the Walker has been one of the best decisions that I have made in my career. Every day we learn something new, we work hard, and like I said, it has been one of the best decisions that I have made in my life.
Thank you very much, Adriana. And now Ivan Montiel. Ivan, please unmute and go ahead when ready. Ivan, going once. There we go.
Varias preguntas a la Iván Montiel de Boxing Talk. Sabemos que Luis Alberto Veron tiene 2 derrotas, pero nadie lo ha podido noquear. ¿Tú lo vas a noquear?
The question is, we know that Luis Alberto Veron has 2 losses in his record, but nobody has been able to knock him out. Do you believe that you can knock him out?
Bueno, o sea, ese no es con el objetivo que vamos esa noche a la pelea. Vamos con la mente en hacer una pelea inteligente. Estamos preparados, más que listos para pelear los 8 asaltos si es necesario. Pero tú sabes que el knockout puede llegar en cualquier momento. Pero no salimos nunca a buscarle el knockout. Vamos a hacer una pelea inteligente, con un buen plan de combate, a llevarme de mi esquina y a ganar por la vía que sea. Pero si el knockout sale, como decimos allá, el knockout sale solo.
That's not the mentality I'm going into this fight. We're never going into a fight thinking that I'm going to knock my opponent out. I'm ready to go the full distance of 8 rounds if necessary. But like we said in the Dominican Republic, the knockout comes to you. And if it comes, I'm going to take it.
Thank you very much. And now we go back to Jake Donovan. Jake, unmute and go ahead.
Thank you, Evan. I have a question, Elvis, and for Freddie as well, if you can answer. How important was it for you to take an opponent like this? He's a naturally bigger opponent. He's never been stopped. And I guess like a double barrel question, do you view this as like your last stop as a prospect and believe where you could become a contender in 2021?
¿Cómo fue el proceso para coger este oponente, que es un tipo que es bastante grande, naturalmente más grande que tú, nunca ha sido noqueado? Y si piensas que obteniendo una victoria el sábado ante él, pues te movería ya de prospecto a contendiente.
Bueno, sí, tú sabes, ese es el objetivo, eso es ya lo que estamos buscando de aquí en adelante, de ir subiendo de nivel, tú sabes, creo que esa es la mejor manera de ir nosotros midiéndonos con este tipo de rivales y si Dios lo permite la gente va a ver el sábado que nosotros estamos ya preparados para subir al siguiente nivel y ir subiendo el nivel de rivales también.
That's the objective. This year we're looking into moving on from prospect to contender, and that's why we are taking on these kind of opponents. Every time that I fight, I want to keep going up in the position. Do you have something to say, Freddie?
It's just training camp's been going very well, and Elvis is my hardest worker in the gym, and that's why he performs so well. He's the best worker, and he came to America and to LA to work, and that's what he does every day.
Thank you very much. And next, we are going to go to Carlos Toro. Carlos, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Thank you so much, Elvis. You know, you've been, even though the year didn't end so well with you with testing positive, able to fight 4 times in the bubble. How important was that experience and getting to be able to fight so many times in a time where even world champions and world-class boxers are having trouble finding fights during the pandemic? Does it feel like you were able to get an advantage over a lot of other prospects who are in the similar stage in their careers?
¿Sientes que con toda la situación esta de la pandemia, pues hubo muchos peleadores, incluyendo contendientes que no podían conseguir peleas? ¿Sientes tú que con todo lo que peleaste en el 2020 tienes algún tipo de ventaja sobre otros peleadores que no estuvieron tan activos como tú?
Bueno, creo que sí. Tú sabes que la actividad es bien importante en el boxeo. Es bien importante la actividad en este deporte. Y tú sabes que con eso de la pandemia las cosas cambiaron bastante, pero nosotros nunca nos detuvimos. Gracias a mi manejador y toda la gente que estuvieron cerca de mí. Siempre buscamos la forma de mantenernos entrenando. Y desde que llegó la oportunidad, llegó el llamado de Torran, nosotros sabíamos que estábamos listos y gracias a Dios tuviste cómo salieron las cosas, que hicimos 4 peleas ahí en la burbuja y nos fue bastante bien. Y este año esperamos que las cosas sean igual o mejores, porque seguimos trabajando fuerte.
I'm very grateful for what I did in 2020. You know, being active is very important for any boxer. And, you know, everything that I did, we were ready. I want to thank my manager and everyone that was close to me, because of them, I was able to make 4 fights in the bubble. And while everything stopped, I kept going. I never stopped training. I just kept fighting, and it worked out well for me. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep learning.
Thank you, Elvis.
All right. Thank you so much, Carlos. And now, hold on one second. Now we're going to Carlos Narvaez. Carlos, please unmute and go ahead when ready. Carlos? One second. Carlos, please unmute. Going once, going twice.
Okay, perfect.
There we go, Carlos.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Elvis, República Dominicana no tiene hace muchísimos años un campeón del mundo. En este momento, ¿cómo tú te ves en esa posición siendo un boxeador ahora con una marca invicta de 10 victorias y en el peso súper ligero? ¿Cómo tú te proyectas para convertirte en lo que sería, ¿verdad?, un campeón mundial en un futuro de República Dominicana?
The question is that the Dominican Republic hasn't had like a great boxing champion in a while. Right now, you are an up-and-comer that's making a lot of noise, getting a lot of attention with your record. What is your projection for your career as a champion for the Dominican Republic?
Bueno, la meta, tú sabes, es seguir enfocado, seguir trabajando fuerte como lo estamos haciendo y seguir demostrando que tenemos el talento para llegar a ese nivel. Y, o sea, ese es el objetivo más claro que nosotros tenemos en mente, aquí trabajando fuerte y haciendo la cosa bien. Yo creo que pronto la República Dominicana va a tener un campeón mundial en el peso súper ligero, en las 140 libras.
That's the clear goal that I have in my mind right now. You know, I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep doing everything that I'm doing. My objective is to be a champion for the Dominican Republic at 140.
Thank you very much. And next we are going to go to Cesar Seda. Cesar, please unmute and go ahead.
Cesar Seda, decisión dividida una vez más. Elvi, para ti en español, and then I have a question also for Freddy, the same question in English. Elvi, la situación del COVID, ¿cuán fuerte, si fue fuerte el regreso al gimnasio después de haber pasado la situación del COVID, o se te ha hecho fácil por la edad, eres joven, fuerte ¿hubo alguna complicación de regreso a los entrenamientos? Sabemos que Freddy está entrenando fuerte contigo, te hemos visto en muchas promociones.
How tough it was to overcome COVID and, you know, start training again. We have seen you training hard. Is it because you are a young kid, or do you, the question is how tough was it to come back after the COVID positive test?
Bueno, o sea, no fue tan difícil, gracias a Dios, porque a pesar de que salí positivo en COVID, nunca tuve ningún síntoma ni nada de eso. Me sentí totalmente bien todo el tiempo y ya gracias a Dios me hice varias pruebas y salieron negativas y regresamos al gimnasio y estamos al 100%. No encuentro que me afecte en nada eso de salir positivo en COVID, gracias a Dios.
Thanks to God, I don't feel like it affected me at all. Yeah, like I never, you know, even though I had a positive test, I never felt anything, any symptoms. And as soon as I got a negative test, I went back to the gym and started training like I always do.
All right, thank you very much. And just as a reminder, the raise hand feature. We got a couple more minutes with Elvis, so we got a couple more questions here. And as I said, we got a few more fighters coming up, so I'll try to get to as many people as I possibly can before we log off.
When they take a break, we'll talk for a little bit.
Ernesto
we'll talk about the card.
Please unmute and go ahead.
Hola, un gusto saludarte, campeón. Y ahondando un poco en lo que decía Carlos Narváez, ¿cuál es el sentimiento para ti que hablen de República Dominicana a través de ti? Eres una de las imágenes más importantes del deporte dominicano. ¿Y cuál es la sensación de tener esa bandera, esa tierra de atletas y que el mundo entero hable de la dominicana, pero a través de ti?
The question is, how important is it to you to represent the Dominican Republic and, you know, carry the flag for the island and eventually becoming a champion for them?
Bueno, me siento bastante bien contento. Es una motivación bien grande para mí ver que todo el país y mucha gente también fuera del país, aquí en Estados Unidos, en México y muchos otros países más me está apoyando. Y, o sea, me siento bien contento porque ese siempre ha sido mi objetivo, representar mi bandera, mi país de la mejor manera y tratar de poner la República Dominicana en lo más alto del boxeo mundial. Ese siempre ha sido mi objetivo.
It has been very motivating for me. You know, it has always been my objective to represent my country and carry my flag and put it as I possibly can. That's my goal and my motivation.
Thank you very much. Next, we move ahead to Hector Islas. Hector, please unmute and go ahead when ready, sir. Hector. Okay, Hector, going once. Twice. Hector, you there?
Valdez is in 45 minutes.
Ivan Montiel.
Ivan, hold on. Sorry, we'll get back to you later. Hector. Okay, next. I guess Hector's not there. Jeremy Harridges, please unmute and go ahead.
Hi, Elvis. Hi, Freddie. This question's actually for Freddie. Looking at Elvis's record, 90% KO rating, is that what sets him apart from the rest of the junior welterweight division? And is there a fighter that you've worked with in the past that his power reminds you of?
Yeah, his power, you know, Manny Pacquiao is always a good puncher, and right here we have another good puncher, and you know, he throws hard punches, puts combinations together really well, and that's why he's been knocking these guys out, and I think we're going to continue doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Let's see who else we have here on the line. 1 second. Mike Rueda. Mike, please unmute and go ahead.
All right, thank you. And then this is going to be for Elvis. Elvis, como te preguntó Ernesto hace rato, eres ahorita como el figura de República Dominicana, Pero fuera de eso, dijiste tú también que muchos otros países, personas están aplaudiendo y yendo por ti. ¿Cómo se siente no nomás de tener un país, pero todo un continente latinoamericano buscando a una figura como usted para ser campeón del mundo?
Yo, them baby Yoda dolls
The
cost a lot of
question
money.
is,
Dude stunting on us.
You mentioned, like Ernesto mentioned before, you are now becoming like the face of the Dominican Republic in boxing, but you also mentioned that other people outside of the Dominican Republic is also supporting you. How does it feel to have the support of people outside of the Dominican Republic?
Look at them Yoda dolls, yo. That's like $1,000 right
Se
there.
siente bastante bien y creo que no hay una motivación mejor que esa, que el apoyo de todo ese público, ¿tú me entiendes? Y aparte de que es una motivación, también lo siento en parte como un compromiso. Sé que cada combate que tengo que darle el 100%, tengo que dar lo mejor de mí, llegar lo mejor que yo pueda a cada combate para seguir representando a la República Dominicana y a todo ese público latino que me está apoyando.
It feels great, and like I mentioned before, there's no better motivation than that. I feel like it's almost like a promise that I cannot let them down, and I'm gonna keep working hard and training hard so I can represent the Dominican Republic.
All right, thank you very much. And Hector, Islas Hector, we'll try you once more. Please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Hola, thank you, Evan. Mi pregunta es para Elvis. Elvis, ¿esta es la pelea más difícil que tengas en tu carrera ante Xander Zayas? ¿Sería la más complicada que puedas tener hasta el momento? Gracias.
¿Puedes repetir la pregunta? Disculpa. Hey, Evan, unmute him again.
Sure. 1 second. Hector, please unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, thank you. Elvis, ¿esta es la pelea mucho más difícil que tengas en tu carrera ante Xander Zayas? ¿Sería la más complicada que tengas hasta el momento? ¿Cómo lo consideras?
Ellos no son los que van a... Xander no pelea con Elvis.
Ok, perdón. La pelea, bueno...
What he say?
La pelea que tiene ahorita, me confundí, va a ser la pelea más difícil que tenga en su carrera.
Oh, so the question is if you feel that this is the toughest opponent you're going to have in your career right now.
Bueno, creo que sí, que ya, o sea, como dije ahorita, las cosas van cambiando un poco, ya el nivel de rivales va subiendo y creo que este va a ser el inicio, mi primera pelea de este año 2021 y creo que va a ser el rival uno de los rivales más fuertes que he tenido hasta ahora. Igual que mi última pelea también de Cameron Kral, que fue un rival que pelea en las 147 libras y nunca lo habían noqueado. Y creo que igual para esta también estamos listos y a salir de la mejor manera el sábado 20 de febrero.
I believe that this is going to be the toughest opponent so far in my career. But like in my last fight, my opponent, Cameron Kral, was coming from welterweight, and he was never been knocked out, and I did it, and I feel like the same thing is going to happen again. We're ready.
All right, we got a couple more seconds, a couple more minutes with Elvis, so we're gonna close it out here. So let's see who else we have online. Ryan O'Hara. Ryan, please unmute when ready.
Hey guys, this question is for Freddie. So your Elvis's opponent, his last fight was actually against 2012 Olympic bronze medalist Taras Celestio, and Celestio wasn't able to knock out Luis. He outpointed him over 10 rounds. And considering that he is a southpaw like Elvis, and I believe that Elvis has one previous southpaw on his record. So if Elvis is able to knock out Luis, what kind of statement does that send? And would a fight with Celestio potentially a southpaw versus southpaw matchup, does that seem interesting at this point in his career?
Yeah, I mean, we want to fight the bigger and better guys as soon as possible. I mean, we have this fight. We know it's a very tough fight. We're going into it, and we respect this opponent, of course, and we're going to do our best. And then what happens next is, again, give us the best guy out there, because we're ready this year.
Thank you very much. And Esquiva Falcao is having some technical difficulties, so we're going to there's questions that keep rolling in for Elvis, so we will keep it going with Elvis while there are questions. So
I'm hoping they take a break soon.
Andres, please unmute and go ahead.
Berchelt Valdez at 5 o'clock, 40
Hola,
minutes.
buenas tardes, Andrés Cantera para The Jab. La pregunta será para Freddie Roach. ¿Qué piensa en estos momentos de cómo se encuentra la división de peso superligero? Y en caso de que gane Elvis, ¿qué pelea le gustaría que pudieran tomar?
The question is for you, Freddie. What do you think about the division right now, the super featherweight division, and what would be like a interesting opponent for Elvis?
I think the questioner meant the super lightweight 140-pound division, not super featherweight. Ready?
Yes, and we're looking for the best guys out there and so forth. And there's a lot of good fighters at 140, and Top Rank's doing a really good job with us. And I think we're moving up every fight to a better opponent, and we're getting better and better, and we're growing with that right away. And I see him winning the title by the end of this year.
La división ahora mismo está súper caliente. Estamos muy contentos con el trabajo que Top Rank está haciendo con nosotros. Nos está manteniendo activos. Como comenté, la división está bastante caliente. Vamos a seguir cogiéndolo oponente por oponente, pero yo veo a Elvis ganando un título mundial para final de este año.
All right. And our next question, Erica Montoya. Erica, please unmute yourself and go ahead when ready.
Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos. Mi pregunta es para ambos. Me gustaría que me explicaran un poquito lo que significa la vitrina de pelear dentro de la cartelera Berchelt Valdez y Freddie Roach, su pronóstico acerca de la pelea principal.
The question is, how do you feel about fighting in such a big event between two Mexican warriors like Berchelt and Valdez? And for Freddie, what would be your prediction for the main event?
Bueno, tú sabes, me siento bastante contento de estar presente en esta cartelera que sin lugar a duda va a quedar para la historia. O sea, dos guerreros mexicanos y súper contento de estar en esa cartelera que va a quedar en la historia del boxeo mundial.
Like you mentioned, this is going to be a fight for history between the two Mexican warriors that I'm very glad to be representing my country and be fighting on it. And Freddie, your prediction for Berchelt Valdez?
Yeah, it's a very good fight. It's a fight that I really look forward to watching, and may the best man win. But it's not going to be easy for either one of them. It's a very, very tough fight.
And Erica, do you have any? Your hand's still up. Do you have any additional questions with Elvis? Nope, all good.
Thank you very much. I'm good.
Perfect. Thank you, Erica. And now we will go ahead to Miguel Maravilla. Miguel, please go ahead when ready, sir. Miguel.
Hey, Freddie. You mentioned that he'll be champion by the end of this year.
I like this guy.
Do you feel that he needs the more rounds, more experience as far as to get the rounds in? And will this fight be the exception? Will he be getting, the necessary rounds in?
This is our first 8-rounder, and we'll be moving up as we go. And I think by the end of the year, we'll be ready for a title fight. Yes, he trains really hard. We have great sparring partners here at the gym, and we have a lot of good southpaws also, and that's what he's been working with lately because of his opponent. And he's doing very, very well, and he's in great shape. And this kid works so hard. I mean, he came to my gym to work, and I love the way he works. He's just unstoppable.
All right, thank you. I think we got a couple questions left. Looks like Chris from TV Box Sale just raised his hand. Elvis, you were a very popular guy today. Chris, go ahead, sir. Chris. Okay, please unmute, Chris.
Unmute yourself, Chris. Damn it.
Okay.
Hey, campeón, ¿cómo estás?
Todo bien, todo bien.
Elvis, ahorita que tú te encuentras con Freddie Roach, ¿en algún momento tú te comparas con los comienzos de Manny Pacquiao?
The question is, now that you have been training for a while with Freddie Roach, do you feel like this is like the beginning of
what belt they
happened with
talking
Manny
about?
Pacquiao?
O sea, tú sabes que esto como ahora mismo como prospecto, que soy, tú sabes que es una de las motivaciones también estar aquí con Freddy, saber que Freddy fue, o sea, ese entrenador de ese legendario boxeador Manny Pacquiao, tú sabes. Claro que sí, que me gustaría seguir su paso y hacer la historia de la manera que la hizo junto con Freddy.
Of course, that's a big motivation for me. Like knowing that I'm training with a legendary trainer that was the one that developed a legendary fighter like Manny Pacquiao. That's a big feeling, a great feeling, and a big motivation for me because I feel like I can do the same with Freddie.
Okay, and so yeah, we are going to let Elvis go. We've kept him 15 minutes past the amount of time we allotted. So Elvis, thank you so much for taking all this extra time to speak with the media. Gardy asked Elvis, is there any final message he would like to say to the media and to the fans?
¿Algún otro mensaje que le quieras dar a los fanáticos y a los medios?
Bueno, nada, darle muchas gracias a mis fanáticos, a todas las personas que me están apoyando y que invitarles a que estén presentes en esa cartelera la noche del 20 de febrero, que sin lugar a duda va a estar súper buena y nosotros vamos preparados al 100% para brindarle un súper espectáculo de boxeo al público.
I would like to thank my fans for all the support and, tell them to not miss the fight is Saturday, February 20. It's going to be a great event, a great fight.
Well, again, thank you so much, Freddie. Thank you so much, Elvis, for joining us here today. We are going to take a very, very, very short break while we wait for the next fighter. So just everybody stay on the line. We'll get the next fighter in shortly. Freddie, Elvis, again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So let me see who's next real quick. Who's supposed to be next on the call? I mean, I know that it says according to the schedule, Oscar Valdez is supposed to be on at 5, which is in what? Where's the time at on the screen? Did I put the time on the screen? Shit. Well, it's 4:30. So another half hour, and then at 5:30 it's supposed to be Miguel Berchelt. I'm on the fence. Well, not really. And I'm saying I'm thinking it's going to be Miguel Berchelt. Remember, Oscar Valdez got his jaw broke and had kind of a light, I don't want to say light touch with Jayson Velez, but what's going to happen when he get hit by Berchelt? Now, would it be considered an upset if Valdez wins? I mean, how much of an underdog is he? I'm not a gambler. I don't keep up with the odds and all that type of stuff. What's the deal with that? So it is a very busy weekend in boxing. You got the Adrian Broner card. Adrian Broner versus Giovanni, isn't that his name? Santiago. I did a little bit of research, a little bit of tape. We're going to be doing a video on that tomorrow. We're going to be here for the press conference and hopefully the post-fight press conference. But I have an obligation that night, so I'm trying to make sure I definitely make the post-fight press conference. We're going to be streaming the weigh-in, of course. Adrian Broner weigh-ins are always must-see TV because over the years he has had his issues with weight as well. And then you have this card right here that I'm looking forward to, Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. Let me actually pull up and tell you exactly what the whole card is. That's what I keep doing, and I keep distracting myself. So they're on a short break right now. I'm waiting for the next participants. Let's see here. We have, here, let me do it this way. What's the dude's name? Elvis Falcao? How do you pronounce his name? The brothers? How do you pronounce it? Is that, is that Miguel Flores? Hold on, I gotta see this. Hold on, just give me a minute, man. Give me a minute. I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry. So So would you consider this a stacked card? By the way, I did put the information down below in the description box if you want to look at it without me fumbling around. I'm just getting back into the swing of things, man. Shit has been real different around here. The odds are pretty even. The odds are pretty even. What's going? Hasn't Berchelt been sparked out before? I'm pretty sure he has. He's got sparked. So here, let me talk about the undercard real quick. I don't really want to read all this. But one thing I do like is this. Hold on, I'm looking for something. Esquiva Falcao. Falcao. How do you pronounce his name? I'll figure it out. He's fighting the Wolverine, Artur Akavov. Remember the Wolverine? The guy who Billy Joe Saunders struggled with in a leisure center, in American terms, in YMCA. A few years back, Billy Joe Saunders was on a layoff. He fought this guy by the name of Artur. Here, I'm going to pull him up for you. Artur Akavov. Artur Akavov, the motherfucking Wolverine. And like literally, he's some fake-ass Hugh Jackman. Watch. Wait till you see. Like, he really some fake-ass Wolverine. No bullshit. I think they're about to come back. So this is who fighting on the card. Let me see. Where you at, Wolverine? Oh, yeah, Billy Joe fought him, too, in that bullshit. Not Billy Joe. Demetrius Andre fought the Wolverine. Wolverine. Like, he be doing, like, cosplay. Where you at? He probably tried to scrub the image from the web. Look, there's him. So he fighting on the card. Elvis Rodriguez versus some Veron guy. See, you know what? They didn't update it on the doggone box rec. They only got these two fights on here, man. So it's like, I got to read press releases, and I hate reading. Oh, they did update it. They just updated it today. Ooh. Okay. All right, well, here's the card. So you got Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. Esquiva Falcao versus Artur Akavov, the Wolverine. 20-3 with 9 KOs. 35 years old. He took Billy Joe Saunders to hell and back. Billy Joe Saunders really struggled with this dude. In a YMCA, Billy Joe Saunders fought this dude in a YMCA, bro. You know what? While we got some time, I'm going to pull up some tape for you. Oh, they back. Hold up, tape. Saunders versus Wolverine. Did I spell Wolverine right? Oh, look, I pop up. That's me. You see my thumbnail?
Get ready. All right, everybody, welcome back. We had some technical difficulties with Esquiva Falcao, but joining us right now is the former world title challenger, who you last saw in July, where he gave Oscar Valdez one hell of a fight before succumbing via 10th round TKO, but he is back, and he's ready to test the undefeated Gabriel Flores Jr. Let's welcome Jason Velez. Jason, his audio, we are connecting his audio right now. So hold on 1 second. Jason Velez will be joining us momentarily.
So yeah, he's on the top rank card against this guy that's about to come on. Damn it, I gotta know how to pronounce this guy's name. And he just said it. But yeah, this is highlights from the Wolverine.
Give us 1 second.
Oh, dude, I'm touching Billy Joe up.
Zoom calls are great, but occasional technical difficulties. So we're just Jason's here, but we're just waiting on him for his audio to connect. So hold on 1 second. I think there he comes with headphones.
Yeah, Billy Joe looked like shit that night. Gotta stop cussing. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting closer. The first step is acknowledging the problem. And I be cussing my behind off. Gotcha. See, we're getting there.
Hey, Gardy, can ask Jason if he can hear us.
Jason, ¿tú no me escuchas? No, his audio is still connecting.
Okay.
I want to tell the story of my medicinal marijuana journey so bad. How like I copped some legal marijuana yesterday, and I was scared that I was doing something wrong, but it was legal. And a DEA agent or whatever the hell he was checked me in. Not whatever he was. Wow. The times have changed, man. The times have changed. So anyway, what's going on? You know, the 1 year anniversary of Wilder Fury 2's coming up. I got something special planned. It's going to be a celebration. Oh, the guy Ernesto? That's the guy who fumbled the Canelo Colin Smith post-fight interview. That's the guy. So whenever you see Ernesto, this guy.
Okay, guys, while we wait for Jason to connect, we're just going to put it back on a brief pause. My apologies. We will be back very shortly.
Yeah, man, they be having fucked up. Stop cussing. They be having messed up phones and everything, and you know they be places with bad internet connection. You know, this is just what you got to go through when you're doing these little Zooms and everything. You know. But one thing for sure is I'm tired. My sleeping schedule has been all out of whack. But we had a good weekend on YouTube covering the fights. I did oversleep for the Shane Mosley Jr. fight. I wanted to see that fight so bad. I ended up watching it, but I wanted to watch it live. You know, it's nothing like watching them live. So this weekend, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do my videos until 2 a.m.
Okay. Evan.
Get that money. I want to see the super chat.
There he is. Perfect. All right.
Some of the super chat.
All right. Jason Velez is unmuted. So, Gardy.
No, I don't want to talk about
Wilder. An excellent performance against Oscar Valdez last July. He returns to the bubble to face another undefeated prospect. This time, an undefeated prospect, almost contender in Gabriel Flores. Gardy, unmute, and can you ask Jason how thankful he is to have such a big opportunity so soon after the Oscar Valdez fight?
Talking about Wilder make me want to poop.
Mira, pues me siento agradecido primeramente con Dios, con la compañía Top Rank y con el público que son quienes pues quieren seguir viéndome porque pues, gracias a mis demostraciones pues es que surgen estas oportunidades.
I feel very grateful with the company, with Top Rank, and with the fans because, you know, at the end of the day, they are the ones that want to see us fight. And thanks to them, these opportunities keep coming.
Thank you for joining us today, Jason. And again, raise hand button in the Zoom or send me a private message in order to ask a question of Jason. So let's see who we have in the queue here. Let's begin it with Ernesto Amador. Ernesto, please unmute and go ahead.
Jason, un placer saludarte y te quiero preguntar con respecto a esto. Recientemente el Bronco Lara se mete a Inglaterra y derrota a Josh Warrington en una proeza. Esta actuación del mexicano te motiva porque tú vas ante un contendiente invicto del que se habla que se va a convertir en campeón del mundo. ¿Te motiva esta victoria del Bronco Lara y qué estás dispuesto a hacer en esto que puede ser una de tus últimas oportunidades de enfilarte un título del mundo?
Definitivamente que me...
So about this opportunity, do you feel like any motivation from what Lara did against Waddington, and how do you feel about facing another contender, unbeaten contender, and what are you thinking of doing in what could be one of the last opportunities you have to get a world title shot?
That's Ernesto.
Definitivamente sí, me motiva mucho y es una pelea que vi y fue impresionante lo que hizo Lara y me llena de mucho orgullo, mucha motivación ir como el underdog y salir con la victoria. Así que lo que planeo hacer es ir a hacer mi trabajo, el que siempre hago, sin embargo, pues esta vez con más ímpetu.
Obviously, that's very motivating. I saw that fight. I saw the impressive win that Lara got against Waddington. And, you know, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to do my job and possibly get a win on Saturday night. I love being the underdog.
Frampton Harrington.
Right.
Frampton has been pushed back.
Let's see who else we have here.
Okay.
Next,
Damn it, we'll talk after.
I gotta find him on the Zoom chat. We have a lot of participants. Next, we go to Scott Linesberg from Stockton Record, which is in Gabriel Flores' hometown of Stockton, California. Scott, please go ahead when ready.
Thank you. I just want to ask what basically his personal scouting report on Gabe, known as a pretty fast fighter. Does he think he can get to him?
Que el scouting reported para esta pelea contra Gabe Flores es que pues un peleador bastante rápido. ¿Piensas tú que le puedes conectar o cuál es lo que estás pensando para esta pelea?
Sí, definitivamente sí es muy rápido, sin embargo los golpes le llegan y yo planeo llegarle con mis golpes.
Definitely, he's a very fast fighter, but he has been tagged a lot, and I'm plan of tagging him with my shots.
Thank you very much, Scott. And now we go back to Puerto Rico with Mr. Cesar Seda. Cesar, please unmute and go ahead when ready, sir. Cesar, please go ahead. Thank you.
Jason, buenas tardes. César Seda otra vez aquí, decisión dividida. Jason, te pregunto, ¿es esta, si la consigues, la victoria más grande ahora mismo de tu carrera? ¿Y cuánto tú quieres esta victoria para Puerto Rico?
If you get it, this could possibly be the biggest, right now, one of the biggest victories of your career. And how much do you want this win for Puerto Rico?
Definitivamente sería la victoria más importante hasta el momento de mi carrera, porque voy contra un peleador invicto, una gran promesa, y en este momento de mi carrera es una oportunidad imperdible. Así que sí, definitivamente quiero mucho esta victoria para el pueblo de Puerto Rico, ya que necesitamos buenas noticias y yo planeo dársela.
Definitely, this is a big fight for me, and it will be at this moment in my career will be the biggest win of my career, and I'm very motivated because I want to give this great moment to Puerto Rico. I really want this victory for Puerto Rico.
Any other questions, Cesar, before we let you go?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cesar. All right, next we go to Miguel Maravilla. Miguel, please ask when ready.
Well, Jason, ¿qué le ve el estilo de Flores?
Question is, what do you see from Flores' style?
Veo que es un peleador técnico, tiene mucha velocidad de mano.
I see that he's a very technical fighter and with a lot of hand speed.
¿Sí sientes que la experiencia que tienes tú va a ser la diferencia en esta pelea?
Do you believe that the experience that you have is going to be the difference in this fight?
Definitivamente.
Definitely.
All right, thank you very much, Miguel. And next we go to Carlos Toro, who said he could not find the race and feature, but he followed directions and he messaged me directly, rather to the whole group. So Carlos, congratulations on following directions. Go ahead and ask your question when ready.
Jason, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. What did you sort of take away from those fights against Jaime Arboleda and Oscar Valdez, and how do you sort of use what you learned in those fights and the experience that you got in a fight against Gabe Flores, who's unbeaten, but he hasn't faced competition quite like you so far in his young career?
¿Qué piensas que puedes implementar de lo que aprendiste en tus peleas con Jaime Loreda y Oscar Valdez para esta pelea contra Gabe Flores, quien pues un excelente prospecto, pero quizás no ha enfrentado al tipo de posición que tú representas?
Aprendí que debo ser paciente y que no debo precipitarme en atacar, porque los golpes llegan en el momento correcto. Así que sí, planeo implementar mi paciencia, que es lo que aprendí de esas peleas, y es lo que voy a implementar ante Gabriel Flores.
What I learned from those two fights was to be patient. And for this fight against Flores, this is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm going to implement my patience on this fight, and I believe that's what's going to give me the victory.
I see that Gabriel Flores Jr. has joined us. So I want in the effort of keeping things on schedule. Gardy, please ask Jason. Thank you for tell him thank you for joining us today, and if he has any final thoughts that he'd like to share into the media.
Jason, gracias por el tiempo hoy y si tienes algún otro mensaje que quieras decirle a los fanáticos y a los medios.
Que gracias por la oportunidad y que vean la pelea el 20. Gracias. Buenas tardes.
Thank you for the opportunity and watch the fight on Saturday.
Thank you very much, Jason. And next, we go ahead in what looks like he is in the passenger seat of a luxury automobile. Joining us from Las Vegas, Gabriel Flores Jr. via Stockton, California. Gabriel, unmute yourself. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Gabe, welcome. And you know, obviously you've been pro for about 3-4 years at this point. You've progressed, but Jason Velez represents on paper by far the toughest test of your career. Do you see it that way? And what do you see from Jason Velez and sort of what he's accomplished throughout his career?
It's on paper. He's my toughest opponent. And yeah, he is going to be my toughest opponent, but I've done a lot of great training. I'm super in shape. As what they say, the training camp is what makes the fights easy. And so I just feel like I'm going to go in there, I'm going to perform and show that I'm ready for the next level.
And it looks like Stockton and Northern California are in the house right now. So Marshall Harris, CBS Sacramento, please unmute yourself and go ahead when ready.
Gabriel, just getting your thoughts on obviously every time you fight, it's such a grind and a build up to get to fight day. How excited are you for the fight, and how much do you hope to represent just the city of Stockton in everything that you do, including this weekend? Super excited. I can't wait just to be in the moment and perform and put on a show for the city, because when I win, we all win. So I'm always out there fighting with the city on my trunks. So I'm always representing big time for my city and for Northern California. And just what's the difference in this fight? The biggest one. I mean, you fought so many times already, but what distinguishes this particular fight for you as you reset? It's a big stage under the Oscar Valdez and Berchelt. It's a big card, so I'm on the undercard, co-main event. So I'm going out to show out, and every fight get better and better. We watch tapes, we make sure we fix our mistakes, and we watch our opponents, and we make sure we'll capitalize on everything they do.
Thank you so much, Marshall. And we go back to Stockton. We go to stay in Stockton, California, where I know Gabe already is sold out at an 11,000-seat arena. That was 2 years ago, so God knows what he can sell in Stockton and Sacramento right now. So we go from Stockton Records, Scott Linesberg. Scott, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Jesus, we're going to be here for eternity.
Hi, Gabe. How are you doing?
Thanks for hanging out with us.
How you doing?
Did changing opponents, I know it's been a while, but did that change your training at all? That's the first question. Did it affect you, how you prepared for this guy?
Not at all. Both of the opponents are pretty similar. Not too similar, but they're pressure fighters, so it was pretty much easy to adapt to the situation.
And secondly, you mentioned fighting for Stockton and everything, and just go a little more into why that's so important to you.
Yeah, it's really important because I got to make sure I'm successful and I do what I got to do to show the kids in Stockton that they got a chance to do wherever they want, because I'm leading by example.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott. And next we go to Mr. Big Fry himself, Jake Donovan, boxing scene. Jake, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Thanks, Evan. Appreciate it. Gabe, so I wanted to ask you, just mentioned that, you had to change opponents, you had to, make adjustments in training camp. With this fight, should you beat Jason Velez, do you feel like you're going to be ready for a title shot, or would you want to revisit someone like Andrew Cancio? And granted, I know you're not looking past this weekend, but I mean, as a reporter, I'm just trying to get a term of, long-term.
It'll be lovely to get that fight with Andrew Cancio. But if we don't get it, after this fight, I feel like I'll be ready for a title shot. I feel like I'll be ready but my performance isn't to say it all. I don't really got to say much. My performance isn't to say it all to show how much that separation of skills and level I am from Velez. I'm a for sure standout.
Okay, and then obviously I know he didn't get the win in his last fight, but what takeaways did you get from Jason Velez's last performance going against Oscar Valdez?
He's not gonna get discouraged. He's gonna keep on coming and coming and coming. Nothing really is gonna discourage him. He's gonna stick to his game plan. He's not really gonna he's not bow down to nothing. He's gonna be there all night.
Thank you very much, Jake. And now we go to Puerto Rico. Cesar Seda, you're back. Please unmute when ready. Cesar, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Perfect.
Gabe, how you doing? How you doing again, Gabe?
Hey, good talking to you again. What's up?
Hey, like I said, we always have to keep it 100 with this situation of being a fighter. We saw this weekend Bronco Lara went and beat Josh Warrington up there at his home, right? He was a hungry fighter. And we know for a fact that Jason is coming to be a hungry fighter in front of you, a fighter that got all the experience over you.
I'm pretty hungry.
And now he just say in this conference, he say that he's acquiring that patience to face you. So how you see it now after his expression of being patient with you instead of going to put that pressure?
It don't matter what he do in there. It really doesn't. I'm going to beat him at every game he wants to play. Experience, I got a lot of experience on my side. I got Jay Prince, I got Andre Ward, so maybe he's not even up on me on the experience side because I got a lot of experience in my corner. But they can't fight for me. I'm going to be in there. And I'm that situation with that hungry guy going over there. Congratulations to him doing, but that's not this over here. We're something different. So I can't wait to show you and prove it. And I can't wait for a follow-up interview after the fight.
We'll see you back. We welcome back, and we wish you the best.
Appreciate it, my guy.
Thank you very much, Cesar. Hold on 1 second, just to make sure Gardy, please unmute when ready, and you should be good to go. All right, next we got a lot of questions here. Who do I go to? Do a random here. Ernesto Amador. Ernesto, unmute and go ahead.
Hey, Gabe, it's a pleasure to see you and talk to you. I do the blow by blow in your pro debut, and I never forget that you promised to your mother that you're going to be a world champion. Now you are closer than ever. And how is the feeling, dear Gabe?
It feels great. Like I said, I just can't wait to be in the moment and show more than talk. I'd rather show and be in there February 20th. So I'm excited and I'm ready. Locked and loaded.
Jason Velez knows that maybe he could be the last train for him, and he's going to take the chance. What are you willing to do in order to stop him?
Everything. But February 20th is just going to be a display of my greatness and show you how much I'm ready for a world title fight. I feel it's not going to be competitive at all.
Thank you very much, Ernesto. As a note, any of our Hispanic media, Puerto Rico, any of our Hispanic media, if you'd like to ask the questions in Spanish for Gabe, we can have Gardy there who can translate it back in Gabe's answer back in Spanish for you. So that of course, is an option as well.
Oscar Valdez is up in 5 minutes.
Here. We're going to actually go to the UK. Jonathan Nagyoff from Pro Boxing Fans. Jonathan, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Cheers, Evan. Hey, Gabe. You mentioned working with Jay Prince, Andre Ward. I just wondered what you can tell us on the impact he's had on your career. Has he given you any good advice you can tell us?
They both had a huge impact and great advice, so much advice from working on the inside with Andre Ward. He's been at the gym with me, telling me what to do, little pockets, little tactics I could do. So much experience. We could go in so much detail what they both have taught me so far that I've been with them, but it upped my game. I could say that for sure, I raised the level being with them.
All right. And next we will go to Lucas Kettle. Lucas, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Gee, how was the inclusion of the track work? What's up with it? How was the inclusion of track work with Pete Lopes? Saw it on your social media. That guy Celso and Da Vinci do a great job with that stuff. But how is that track work you're doing going to improve this camp?
Improved hugely on my conditioning. You're going to see February 20th when every round goes by, I'm not going to be tired. I could keep a high pace through the whole 10 rounds if that's what we got to do. So my conditioning is not a question that I'm worried about.
Thank you very much, Lucas. Again, in order to ask a question, use the raise hand mechanism on the Zoom if you can't figure that out. please send me a direct message. And we got a few more minutes with Gabe, so we will get to a couple more questions here. Miguel Maravilla, you have your hand raised, so please go ahead when ready. You are unmuted.
Hey, Gabriel, what's up, man? First of all, you mentioned good, man. You mentioned that this fight, it wasn't gonna, it's gonna be pretty much one-sided, that you're gonna take it. Is this the year we finally see you fight for a world title? What's your outlook for this year?
That's what I believe. This is the year you will see me win a world title. That's the goal. But I want to see fight by fight if we get it. I want to just keep on pushing, and the performance is everything, showing that I'm ready. So that's the main focus right now, is February 20th and showing everybody that I'm ready for that stage.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And looks like we've got a couple final questions. Hold on one second. Ivan Montiel, your hand is raised. Please go ahead and ready.
Thanks, Evan. It's Ivan from Boxing Talk. Flores, I spoke to Velez, and as always, he wants to make it a war. So my question is, are you going to make it a war? Are you going to do what Velez wants, or are you just going to simply box?
I control the pace in the fight. I'm going to control everything. Whatever I'm doing in the ring is because I want to do it. Like I said, I'm going to be really controlling. I'm going to do whatever I want in there. I'm going to look like the most experienced fighter in there. I'm going to look like I was the one pro for longer years, for sure, in there.
I don't know that lady. I'm not giving her no run.
So I'm not going to give into his game plan.
I don't know you guys.
Thank you very much. And I think now we go back to your neck of the woods, Gabe. Again, Stockton and what is it, the Central Valley, Gabe, or not? Or is Stockton technically the Central Valley? I don't want to get it wrong.
It's northern Cali, but it's the Valley too.
God, I know,
but it's northern Cali.
I don't want to get that wrong. So I had to clarify. So from around your neck of the woods, Mike Rueda. Mike, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
All right, yeah, thank you. And it's we're considered all the same in a way, Central Valley, Stockton, and all that. So I got a couple questions for you, Gabe. First, you're from Stockton, but you did move out to Vegas, I believe a couple years back now. How has that helped you as your development as a fighter and the training that you've done since you've gotten to Vegas?
Oh, we moved to Vegas just for that reason, because of the boxing and a lot of good sparring out here, a lot of good competition. So running Mount Charleston, so for sure helped a lot. And then once I moved here, I signed with Jay Prince, and that led to signing with Andre Ward. So I only went up and up since I moved to Vegas.
Perfect. And then the other question is going to be, obviously, you're on a big card here. This is possibly, top 3 boxing events of the year so far. Yeah, it's been anticipated. What are you going to do? As you said already, you want to put on a show, but what is the main thing that you want to put on, to at the end of the event, instead of people talking about how great of a fight Valdez and Berchelt is, to have everybody talking about, did you see what Gabriel Flores did?
Control the pace, look so in control, look fluent in there. So, like I said, I'm going in there making sure that I look like I'm ready for a world title. And to steal the show like that, I'm going to have to really make sure I throw a lot of combinations ready. I'm sorry. But I'll make sure I'm going to throw a lot of combinations ready, push the action, switch it up, do a little bit of everything in there.
Thank you very much, Gabe. Before we let you go, I think Oscar just signed in. Any final thoughts? That you want to give to both the fans and the media, as we are now only 4 days away from fight night?
Just tune in February 20th and see an old school fighter in there.
All right. Thank you very much. That is Stockton's King, Gabriel Flores Jr. Gabriel, thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you soon, sir.
All right, you'll be good.
All right. Now we are ready for the main event. He is the former WBO featherweight world champion. He made 6 defenses of that title before vacating to move up to the super featherweight division. He is a 2-time Mexican Olympian from Nogales, Mexico. One half of the most anticipated fight of 2021 thus far, I think we can all say. Oscar Valdez is joining us right now. So, Oscar, I'm going to unmute you. Oscar, are you there? I just saw Oscar, so I think he should be here any second. Hold on Yeah, see, I did this whole big introduction, and now we have to wait a second. So hold on 1 second, and we will get Oscar on the line. Thank you.
What the hell? I thought that was like some blood spatter. Scared the shit out of me. I turned away from the screen. And
hey,
can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Just turn your phone around. Your
see.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
Thank you. And just a reminder to everybody in the chat, feel free to ask Oscar a question in Spanish. Just wait for Darty will translate it in English, but feel free to do so. Oscar, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. This fight has been talked ever since you moved up over a year ago. People have been asking about the Elecron Berchelt fight. So now that you're in fight week, how does it finally feel that this fight that you've been asking for well over a year is a reality?
Well, I feel excited. This is the opportunity of my lifetime. Ever since I was a kid, I've dreamed of this moment, fighting for a world title, the WBC world title. This is my chance. This is my chance to accomplish my dream. So I'm very excited for this moment. I've definitely had one of the best training camps I've ever had, not only because I've trained hard physically, but also because I've trained hard mentally for this fight. I'm well prepared. I'm going against all the odds. I know I'm not favored in this fight. A lot of people are considering that Alexander Berchelt is going to have an easy fight, he has an easy walk in the park, how they say. But I'm ready for the test. I'm very excited. I'm well prepared physically and mentally, and I really can't wait to step in the ring and fight.
Great, and everybody again, raise hand button on the chat on the Zoom, or send me a private message, and we will get to as many people as possible. Cesar Seda, Cesar, please unmute yourself. Cesar.
Oscar, buenas tardes, ¿cómo estamos, Oscar?
Muy buenas tardes, aquí muy contentos de esta oportunidad.
Oye, tengo una sola pregunta y es, ¿cómo te preparaste para ese alcance, ese alcance que te lleva Berchelt? Son 5 pulgadas de alcance, un gran boxeo y una buena pegada, una pegada súper buena que tiene Berchelt. ¿Cómo ha sido esa preparación solamente para eso que vemos que es la única gran fortaleza que él tiene sobre ti?
How do you prepare? My bad, doctor. How do you prepare? The question is, how do you prepare for...
I can understand Spanish. Oh, sorry.
No, but tengo que traducirle para los otros medios.
Gracias. Seguro.
So the question is, how do you prepare for the advantage in reach that Miguel Berchelt has over you?
Pues me he preparado muy bien de todas las formas, ¿no? Como siempre nos preparamos, no para un solo estilo. Tenemos plan A y plan B para con todas las peleas. Sabemos que Alexander Berchelt, aunque es un peleador que usa muy bien su distancia, muchas veces le gusta fajarse. Entonces, pues no necesariamente tenemos que entrenar a cuidarnos de su distancia cuando muchas veces Alexander Berchelt irá a querer fajarse. Entonces, tenemos plan A y plan B, todo depende qué trae, qué estilo va a traer Alexander Berchelt de esa noche. Pero lo que traiga, sin duda, estamos preparados porque hemos preparado de todas las maneras posibles. Hicimos sparring altos y sparrings que les gusta ir al choque. Entonces, vengo bien preparado para ambos estilos.
I have prepared for every fight. I prepare with plan A and plan B. I'm ready. I know that Berchelt has a reach advantage. He's a taller fighter, but sometimes, he doesn't use his reach. Sometimes he likes to go head to head and look for fighting on the inside. And that's what we prepare for. We're ready for whatever game he wants to play. We have spar with tall sparring partners, with sparring partners that use their reach, that sparring partners that like to fight on the inside. So we're ready for whatever he brings.
Thank you very much. And next, Lance Pugmire from The Athletic. You got a couple questions for Oscar. Lance, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Oscar. Good to see you today. When you say that other people are picking Berchelt to defeat you, what makes you believe through your preparation that you can win this fight?
Because at the end of the day, they're just words. You know, they're other people's opinions. They don't know what I go through in the gym. They don't know how I wake up early in the morning and work hard. They don't see the extra hours I put in the gym. So at the end of the day, that's just words coming out of other people's mouths. You know, there's just their opinions. I consider myself a very disciplined fighter. I give my 100% every day in the gym, and not because some expert or boxing analysis says that somebody's going to lose, it means that's going to happen. So I'm very positive. I'm a very positive guy. I wake up every day in the morning, and I visualize myself as a winner. I've always done that ever since I was in the amateurs in every single fight in my career. And so far it's gone so well. I know Alacambra is not going to be an easy fight, but it's nothing impossible. I don't think nothing's impossible out there. So no opponent out there is invincible. So that's why we work hard to prove everybody wrong and to achieve my dream, like I said before, which is to become a WBC world champion.
I saw in the hype video that I think Top Rank and ESPN did that you mentioned that you can't watch the old classic fights between Mexicans before you go to sleep or you'll never go to bed. Do you, now that you're involved in this one, do you sort of feel this obligation to kind of try to do your best to match what those guys have done in the ring and to put on that type of fight on Saturday night?
I think those type of fights just come out naturally. I don't think. I think sometimes if you try to do those type of fights, you know, try to force it, you know, it won't go as well as people plan or as much as the boxers plan. Those fighters, the reason why they're great fights because they go in there trying to win and not back down and just give it their all. That's what makes it a great fight. So I'm not pressured. I'm not going to try and go out there and give a fight of a year, knockout of a year, or you know, do something crazy like that. What I will do inside the ring is just give it my 100%, leave my sweat, my energy, leave everything I've worked so hard, leave all my energy inside the ring. And every time I've done that, you know, it's just turned out to be a great fight. So it's not like we're trying to imitate a war. You know, if a war happens, it just happens out of nowhere because we're two boxers who trying to give it their all, not back down and try to win something. You know, I'm trying to win that belt and he's trying to defend that belt that he's worked so hard to get. So that's what makes it, that can make it possible war like we've seen with Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera and Israel Vasquez with Rafael Marquez. So these are great fights, but all of them have something in common that they don't want to back down. They want to show that who's the best in their side of the ring.
Thank you very much, Lance. And now we go to Salvador Rodriguez. Chava, please unmute when ready, sir. Salvador Rodriguez, please unmute. There you go.
Hola, hola. Ahí me escuchan. Perfecto, aquí estoy. Saludos para todos. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you guys. Not just the fighters. Oscar, ¿cómo estás? Un saludo. Oscar,
what's going on,
cuando
Salvador?
empezaste con el boxeo, me imagino que lo hiciste viendo algunas peleas de Morales, de Barrera, aquellas que mencionaste de Vázquez, de Rafael Márquez. Un peleador mexicano siempre sueña con estar en este momento de su carrera, ¿no? De paralizar a México porque lo van a paralizar este sábado.
Sí, sin duda. No. Oh.
My bad. So you have mentioned that you have always dream of being in a fight like Barrera Morales, one of these Mexican legendary fights. And what do you feel now that you are in a great fight between two Mexican waters?
Sin duda ando bien emocionado por esta oportunidad porque las peleas de Eric Morales y Marco Antonio Barrera me inspiraron a mí cuando iba creciendo, ¿no? Ya era peleador amateur, pero esas son las peleas que me inspiraron y que hasta la fecha sigo viendo y me llenan de adrenalina. No me canso de decir esto, que ellos son mis grandes ídolos porque la verdad impactaron mi vida. Yo estaba pegado a la tele gritando en esas 3 peleas grandiosas que nos dieron. Entonces sería un honor para mí inspirar a jóvenes boxeadores o atletas de la misma manera como Eric Morales y Marco Antonio Barrera me inspiraron a mí. Entonces, para eso tenemos una obligación, tenemos un compromiso esa noche, el 20 de febrero, de no rajarnos, de dejar todo arriba del ring, de morir en la raya, como decimos nosotros los mexicanos, y hacer todo lo posible por ganar. Yo sé que es una pelea difícil, pero no es imposible. Nada es imposible nada es imposible en el deporte. Ningún boxeador es invencible y todo puede pasar. Así que yo vengo bien preparado físicamente, mentalmente, para dar un buen espectáculo. Ojalá inspire a jóvenes de la misma manera como mis ídolos lo hicieron a mí y seguir creciendo. Ese es el plan a largo plazo, es llegar a estar en la lista de los mejores boxeadores mexicanos de la historia. Es un proceso muy largo, pero igual no es imposible.
Without a doubt, those classic fights between Barrera and Morales inspired me and, motivated me to keep growing as a fighter. And I was locked in whenever they were fighting. I was locked in, and even to this day, I keep watching those fights. What I'm looking for is to inspire the young fighters that are coming up the same way that I don't get tired of saying this, that my idols like Barrera and Morales did with me. And in the long haul, what I'm looking for is to keep growing as a fighter, improving myself, and, just inspire the next generation.
Y segundo, por último, esta pelea te llega en el mejor momento de tu carrera, y me digo por qué, porque hoy tienes un entrenador que me parece te ha hecho un peleador más completo, más allá que mucha gente dice, es que Oscar Valdez daba antes más espectáculo que ahora me parece un peleador más completo. Segundo, vienes de una fractura de quijada hace algunos años que más allá de hacerte débil, para mí te hacen un peleador más fuerte. Sabes que puedes competir incluso con la mandíbula fracturada. Y tercero, creo que en el periodo de madurez, tanto mental como físicamente, puede ser tu mejor nivel. ¿Así lo sientes, Oscar?
Sin duda, así lo siento. Creo que...
I believe Chava says that he believed that this fight arrived for Oscar at the best moment in his career. He has a great trainer in Eddie Reynoso, who has made him a better fighter. Secondly, ¿qué era lo segundo, Chava? Se me olvidó. Chava.
Oh, sorry. 1 second, Gotti. I muted him. Give me 1 second. Chava, please unmute yourself again.
¿Qué fue lo segundo que dijiste?
A ver, va. Ok, decía que de lo de Eddie Reynoso es más completo. Segundo, que ya puede competir, que se hizo más fuerte después de lo de la quijada, porque ya puede competir, sabe que puede competir, incluso con ese tipo de debilidades, por así decirlo.
And secondly, that the broken jaw injury that he suffered made him a better fighter because he can compete in a top level while having and sustaining that kind of injury.
Sí, sin duda me siento un boxeador mejor, más completo ahora entrenando con Eddie Reynoso. Estoy muy agradecido con estar en el campamento. Pero yo siento que la Berchelt va a sacar lo mejor de mí. Creo que todavía no, la gente no ha visto mi potencia al máximo en el cuadrilátero, y creo que la Berchelt va a hacer sacar ese lado mío. Lo he dicho anteriormente, yo he peleado con una costilla lastimada, con la mandíbula quebrada, me han mandado la lona, pero la forma de pensar mía es lo que me ha hecho salir adelante, de nunca vencerme, de nunca tener como opción perder nunca es opción para mí. Entonces siempre hacer lo posible para sacar la pelea, sea como sea, levantarse o aguantar el dolor y seguir adelante. Entonces todo eso me indica que pues ya he pasado por lo más difícil, ya he pasado por casi todo. Entonces si pasé por eso, pues puedo pasar por cualquier cosa. Entonces, sin duda, creo que la Berchelt va a hacer sacar lo mejor de mí esa noche y verán un boxeador más completo el 20 de febrero.
Training with Eddie has made me definitely a more complete boxer, and I believe that this fight against Berchelt is gonna bring the best out of me. I believe that the fans had never seen me at the top of my abilities, and they're gonna see it on this fight. I have proven that I have fought before with an injured rib. I have fought before with a broken jaw, and that makes me what I believe push me through is the way I think. Losing is never an option for me, and I keep just going and going, and that's why I believe I already experienced all these difficult experiences, and I just keep going, and that's why I believe that my best fight is going to be against Miguel Berchelt.
Thank you very much, Chava. Diego Martinez, you are next. Diego, please unmute. Diego Martinez.
Hola, Oscar, ¿cómo estás? Buenas tardes, ¿cómo andas?
Buenas tardes.
Oscar, dos preguntas. Una, ¿Cómo te has imaginado, cómo te imaginas, has estado pensando, soñando, cómo te imaginas la pelea del sábado desde la primera campanada? Y otra, nunca en tu carrera habías estado tan abajo en las apuestas. ¿Qué te mereces tu opinión de que los expertos o los momios estén tan arriba, 3.5, 1, 4-1?
Pues la verdad es que ando bien motivado. Todo lo uso a mi favor como motivación. Lo he dicho anteriormente, soy una persona muy positiva. No dejo que las palabras negativas o los actos negativos de la gente me afecten. Entonces, al estar abajo de las apuestas es motivación. No sería la primera vez que una persona con abajo en apuestas gane, ¿no? Hemos visto grandes ejemplos y nos vamos en ejemplos mucho más extremos, ¿no? Como Buster Douglas y Mike Tyson, como Teófimo López y Lomachenko, como Andy Ruiz con Joshua, y estos eran underdogs mucho más grandes de lo que soy yo. Entonces, ¿qué nos indica esto? Pues que todo es posible, entrenando duro, teniendo disciplina, teniendo la mentalidad de campeón y haciendo todo lo posible por ganar. Yo lo que te saca adelante. Entonces, eso es lo que me motiva. Me motiva que mucha gente, muchos analistas, me motivó a escuchar a Julio César Chávez decir que él ve a la Gran Berchelt como ganador. De ninguna manera me da presión, de ninguna manera pues me afecta en mi entrenamiento. De verdad que me siento muy bien y lo uso como motivación para demostrar lo contrario. Creo que no hay nada más bonito allá en la vida que tapar bocas.
Being an underdog for the first time in career has motivated me greatly. I use that as a motivation to keep going. It motivated me a lot that someone that I admire, like Julio César Chávez, said that Berchelt was going to win this fight. So, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't put any pressure on me. I believe that, shutting mouths is one of the most beautiful things in life.
Gracias.
Thank you very much. Next, we go to Erica Montoya. Erica, are you there? Please, Erica, please unmute when ready.
Oscar, muy buenas tardes. Nosotros habíamos estado platicando sobre lo que significa presentarte en Las Vegas en una pelea como tan importante, pero creo que un factor primordial es el fanático y lo que influía en lo que ustedes hacían del ring. ¿Tú ya te mentalizaste a que esta pelea, que puede ser durísima, no cuentes con el apoyo y los gritos de los mexicanos que muchas veces los rescatan de situaciones complicadas?
Sí, sin duda. Creo que el público en muchas ocasiones me ha levantado de momentos donde estoy súper cansado, donde ya me siento pues de que no puedo continuar más, en levantar los brazos, los últimos rounds, y el escuchar al público, a escuchar a mi gente gritar "Viva México", el "Vamos Oscar", la porra, me ha levantado y me han hecho salir adelante, claro. Pero ya me mentalicé lo suficiente, ya pasé por eso, ya tuve una pelea sin público. Se siente un poquito raro, pero a fin de cuentas somos dos iguales boxeadores mexicanos arriba del ring, haciendo lo posible por ganar. Entonces, si no tenemos la motivación del público, tendremos que agarrar otra motivación por otro lado. Yo tengo mucha motivación ahorita por ganar esta pelea. Creo que no hay motivación más grande que llegar a mi casa con mi familia como triunfador, con el título del CMB. Es una motivación muy grande para mí eso. Entonces, vengo bien mentalizado. Sé que no va a estar el público. Me hubiera encantado que estuviera el público ahí, mi gente, apoyándome, porque es una pelea que está muy dividida. Creo que son 50-50 entre el público, tanto como 50% es Team Valdez y otro 50% es Team Berchelt. Es una pelea que me hubiera encantado que hubiera público. No se puede ser, ni modo. Entonces, hay que empezar positivos. Me hubiera gustado, pero ya perdí. La gente podrá verlo por ESPN esa noche.
There's some Dr. Phil shit.
For this time around, I would love to have fans for this fight, but unfortunately we can't. So we have to get motivation from somewhere else. Sometimes in my fight, like the fans are the ones that get us through, but for this event, we're not gonna have no fans, unfortunately. So I have to look for motivation outside of that. For me, there's no bigger motivation. Like I said, I'm very motivated for this fight, but for me, there's no bigger motivation than coming back to my family as a winner and bringing the WBC belt to my family. So, I have the mindset of a champion, and that's what I'm thinking about.
Y mi última pregunta sería, Oscar, ¿en dónde quedaría tu carrera de salir victorioso este fin de semana, más allá de lo que la guerra implica y lo que tú habías estado soñando de que tendrías la oportunidad de disputar una pelea de esta manera?
Pues uno, me cumpliría mi sueño, llegar campeón, ser campeón mundial del título de SMB. Dos, pues me daría un pasito más cerca a mi sueño a largo plazo, que es llegar a ser reconocido como uno de los boxeadores, uno de los mejores boxeadores mexicanos de la historia. Es algo muy largo, como lo he dicho, pero no es imposible. Que tienen algo en común todos esos boxeadores mexicanos grandes de la historia, como Juan Manuel Márquez, Eric Morales, Chávez. Todos esos boxeadores en comunes tienen que brincaron de divisiones y fueron campeones en diferentes divisiones. Entonces, defendieron sus títulos varias veces. Entonces, para hacer eso es un camino largo, pero sin duda sería un pasito más cerca a mi sueño a largo plazo. Entonces, se me estarían cumpliendo otro sueño más, que llegar a ser campeón mundial en otra división, y el otro, pues estaría más cerca a mi sueño a largo plazo.
¿Y el invicto?
El récord invicto, fíjate que no es tanto lo que me preocupa. Lo que más me preocupa en mi vida es no cumplir mis sueños, mis metas. Eso es lo que me preocupa. El récord invicto, a mí la verdad no significa nada. Julio César Chávez perdió, Eric Morales perdió, Marco Barrera, Juan Manuel Márquez, Muhammad Ali perdió. Todos esos boxeadores, nadie les quita. Si alguien menciona su nombre, todos los reconocen como legendarios, como grandes ídolos. Entonces, todos ellos perdieron. Entonces, una derrota no significa nada. Lo que significa es qué pasa cuando tiene una derrota. Si pueden seguir continuando a ganar. Pero este es mi momento de brillar y no tengo pensado perder.
By winning this fight, I will accomplish two dreams of mine. You know, since I was a little kid, I always would dream of having the WBC belt. And other than that, I will also be a step closer to becoming, you know, and this is thinking in the long term. It will bring me a step closer to becoming one of the biggest names in Mexican boxing history. Someone like Chavez, Barrera, Marquez, Morales. That's where I want to be in. And about my undefeated record, you know, it really doesn't mean much to me if I have a undefeated record and I don't accomplish my dreams. Right now, you know, like fighters like Muhammad Ali, Cesar Chavez, Marquez, Barrera, they all lost. But what really matters is what you do after you get a loss. But right now, in this moment, I'm not thinking about that, and losing is not in my mind.
I broke my back.
Thank you very much. And just a reminder, we got a few more minutes with Oscar.
A vertebrae or
we got a humongous line of questions. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get to everybody.
JC has just donated $5. I'll never forget how he ate.
Prediction Berchelt by Gabriel Valdez, Defo Warrior. We are going to go to Jad Elreda. Jad, please.
Thanks, bro.
Go ahead when ready,
my bad. Thanks, JC. Still working out the kinks. That's why everything's all loud and.
Jad Elreda. Going once. Going twice. And okay, no, Jad. We'll go to somebody else. Let's see what long line of questions here. Let's go.
Berchelt is up in the next 6 minutes.
My apologies. Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, Oscar. I know that the term war is being thrown around a lot. Usually when people go to war with Miguel Berchelt, it doesn't end well for them. What can you bring to the ring that's different than, let's say, a Francisco Vargas or a Takashi Miura?
I think Francisco Vargas and Takashi Miura have one single style. They come forward and they're looking for the knockout. I like Bandido Vargas is a coming forward fighter who likes to throw a lot of volume punches. I'm sorry. And Takashi Miura was a one-hitter quitter fighter, the same as Alacran Berchelt. So I think it didn't end so well, like you just mentioned. But if there's I don't think Alacran Berchelt is fight with a smarter fighter. And I know a lot of these fights that I've had have not shown that I'm a technical, smart fighter who can also box. But that's something I do have. You know, I haven't shown it, but that's why I keep on mentioning this fight. Alacran Berchelt is going to bring the better fighter that I got inside me, because you know I'm just gonna rise with the competition. You know, a lot of people may know, but I have a very good background as an amateur, and I don't just have one style. I do coming forward and throwing a lot of punches is not my only style. I could also box. I can move. I can use defense if it's necessary. So that's what we've been working in the gym. When, like I said before, we got plan A and plan B and plan C. We can box if we have to box. And if it comes to brawling, if we want to push them back, that's what we're going to try to do as well. So it all depends what Alacran Berchelt brings to the table. And that's what we're gonna see. But we're gonna definitely be the smarter fighter inside the ring coming with Alacran Berchelt.
Thank you very much. And next, Jocelyn Flores. Jocelyn, if you were there, please unmute and ask your question when ready. Jocelyn Flores, please unmute.
It's trying. I think it's trying.
Yeah, we'll hold on 1 second for Jocelyn. Okay, so let's see.
There she is, I think. There she is. ¿Me escucha, Jocelyn?
Sí, hola. Oscar, preguntarte un poco, obviamente ya estás en la recta final y ya todo lo que se entrenó, pues ya lo saben, ¿no? Pero ¿qué tanto puede cambiar un poco la estrategia de que esté peligrando, que quizá Alfredo Caballero no esté en la esquina de Berchelt, perdón, y eso, ustedes, ¿cómo toman esa noticia? ¿Influye, no influye? ¿Qué tanto puede cambiar la pelea?
Pues ya depende en el equipo de cada quien, ¿no? Aunque yo he entrenado con mi padre toda mi vida y mi entrenador Eddie Reynoso, a fin de cuentas se entrena en el gimnasio. Si no los digo a tener en la esquina, pues me gustaría, pero a fin de cuentas ya trabajamos todo en el gimnasio, entonces todo se debe practicar en el gimnasio y lo ejecutas en la pelea. A eso soy yo. Yo no sé cómo le afectaría eso a Alacran Berchelt. Espero no sea una excusa. Espero que
don't y'all start your shit.
Para que no haya ninguna excusa del lado de Alacran Berchelt en su equipo. La verdad que quiero que todos estén bien, que Alacran Berchelt y Alfredo Caballero estén juntos, tanto como mi equipo, y está listo. Puede influir mucho, pero ya todo depende del boxeador, todo depende de la mentalidad de cada quien. Yo te repito, yo creo que a mí no me afectaría mucho. Mi última pelea no tuve a mi padre por primera vez en mi carrera como profesional y salimos con la mano en alto. Traté de que no me afectara para nada porque a fin de cuentas el trabajo lo hicimos en el gimnasio y ejecutamos en la pelea. Entonces, y como repito, creo que ya depende de cada quien eso.
¿Lo ves como positivo?
Disculpa, déjame traducirle. The question was, how much do you think it will impact the possibility of Berchelt not having Alfredo Caballero in his corner for Saturday, given that he has some trouble with his visa crossing to the United States? Oscar says that that shouldn't be an excuse for them. It depends on every team. We work hard in the gym, and that's what really counts. I would love to have my team with me, but if I couldn't, that's not gonna. I'm not gonna be thinking about that. It's gonna be me and Berchelt in the ring. I really hope that Alfredo Caballero can come to the U.S. and he can be in the corner. So I don't want them to use that as an excuse. The last time in my last fight, I didn't have my father in my corner for the first time in my career, and I didn't let that affect me. So I believe that it depends in everything.
Finalmente, ¿que eso sea un punto a favor para ustedes o no se están concentrando tanto en eso de que lleven un poquito de ventaja al no tener a Caballero en la esquina? Muchas gracias.
No, la verdad es que no pienso en eso. Yo me enfoco mucho en mi trabajo. Repito, espero que Alfredo Caballero sí pueda cruzar. No me gustaría que no estuviera. No es como sentimos que tenemos ventaja sobre eso. Pero pues la verdad, la verdad no pasa por mi mente. Sigo concentrado en lo mío, en el plan de trabajo. Estoy contento con el plan de trabajo que hemos hecho. Es de las mejores preparaciones que he tenido. Vengo bien preparado físicamente, mentalmente para esta oportunidad y no la voy a desaprovechar. Venimos con todo.
It really is not going to affect me. Whatever happens with Alfredo Caballero, like I mentioned, I hope he can make it to the U.S. and he can be in the corner. But I am just focused on what I'm doing, on what I'm supposed to do. I'm not worried about what happens with their team and their corner. I'm very well prepared mentally and physically, and that's what I'm just thinking about, getting a big win on Saturday.
Thank you very much. And it's 2:30, so we will sign off with Oscar. But Oscar, before you go, any final thoughts you'd like to send to the media and the fans, both in English and Spanish, and then we'll let you get on your way, sir.
Quiero agradecerle a toda la gente que me ha estado apoyando. Quiero que sepa que pues voy con todo. Algo que siempre he dicho y algo que me enseñó mi entrenador, que en paz descanse, el profe Bonilla, me dijo por mucho tiempo como amateur, me dice, nunca prometas un knockout del año, nunca prometas dar la pelea del año, nunca prometas hacer algo diferente arriba del ring de que no estás dispuesto. Lo que sí puedes prometer es dar tu mejor esfuerzo, dejar todo arriba del ring y morirte en la raya. Y eso es lo que pienso hacer este 20 de febrero. Les prometo a toda mi gente dar mi mejor esfuerzo, lucharé con todo mi corazón y vamos a tener ese título para mi casa. Entonces, les agradezco a toda la gente que me está apoyando. Vamos con todo. No se pierdan esta pelea porque tiene todos los ingredientes para que sea una pelea del año. Entonces, les mando un fuerte abrazo a toda mi gente y pues Dios los bendiga a todos.
I want to thank my fans and all my supporters for all the support they have given me. You know, I'm have a big opportunity in front of me, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. You know, I'm gonna leave it all. I'm gonna die in the line, like we say in Mexico. And I promise that I'm gonna give a great performance on Saturday. Don't miss it because this fight has all the ingredients to be a Fighter of the Year candidate.
All right, thank you so much, Oscar, for joining us today, and best of luck Saturday. We'll see you in Las Vegas soon. Now, joining us on the line is the WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World from Cancun, Mexico. He's made 6 successful defenses of his world title. He is the consensus #1 fighter in the Super Featherweight division, and he is chasing the great Julio Cesar Chavez's mark of 9 Super Featherweight title defenses. So he's 2/3 of the way to tying the great Julio Cesar Chavez. Please welcome Miguel Berchelt. Miguel, welcome. Before we, Gardy, if you're there, just please ask Miguel, you know, this, like Oscar, this is the biggest test of your career. How excited are you to add your name to the chapter of the great all-Mexican battles in boxing history?
Al igual que Valdez, esta es una de las peleas más grandes de tu carrera. ¿Cómo te sientes de añadir tu nombre a la lista de legendarias peleas entre guerreros mexicanos?
Hi, good day to all. I am very happy to be here. Estoy feliz de estar aquí. La verdad que estoy muy emocionado, estoy contento de hacer la pelea 154 entre mexicanos. Para los que no hablan inglés, pues muy buenos días. Un saludo desde el MGM. La verdad que estoy muy motivado, ¿sabes? Estoy concentrado, enfocado en hacer mi trabajo bien. La verdad que he luchado para estar en esta pelea, en estas alturas del partido, y pienso ganar. Creo que va a ser una excelente pelea que ustedes van a poder disfrutar este sábado y que se venga la guerra.
Let the war begin. You know, I'm very happy of being here. I'm saluting everyone from the MGM. I'm already in the MGM in Las Vegas, and I'm ready for this moment. This is the moment that I've been dreaming for a long time in my career, and you know, being this late in the game, I'm just happy to be here and make history alongside Oscar.
Thank you very much. And as you know, again, this is this is the most popular Zoom call we've done in over a year. So I apologize for not getting to everybody's questions. So I'll do it the best I can. Again, raise hand button, and we will get to as many as possible. Erica Montoya, please unmute and go ahead.
Miguel, llegó el momento de la pelea que habías estado esperando, la pelea que podría abrirte ese paso como a la historia. ¿Cómo te sientes tú de cara a este encuentro y tomando algunos obstáculos como lo que le pasó a Alfredo Caballero y el hecho de que no puedan tener público en esta pelea?
Pues bueno, sobre lo primero me siento feliz, me siento contento. He trabajado muchísimo para llegar a esta pelea. Creo que pues ahora sí que, como decimos en México, nadie sabe el peso del morral más el que lo carga. Y bueno, he trabajado muy duro. Hoy en puerta tengo la pelea número 154 entre mexicanos, la 93 en peso superpluma por un título del CMB. Y bueno, estamos felices, contentos. Sobre lo otro, pues bueno, creo que a todos les puede pasar un contratiempo. La verdad estoy feliz, no tengo ningún problema por eso. Sé que Alfredo llegará aquí, va a estar conmigo. Ustedes lo van a ver el día del pesaje, lo van a ver en mi esquina. La verdad que no me preocupa nada de eso. Y bueno, estoy listo y preparado para la guerra. La verdad que ya estoy ansioso porque sea el pesaje, por comer, rehidratarme y darles un gran show a ustedes.
You know, this is I'm very happy to be here. Like I said, like I'm ready for a war. There's gonna be war number 154 between Mexican Warriors and number 93 between Mexican Warriors for the WBC belt. So I'm just ready for the moment. You know, I'm just ready to for the win and ready to train myself, like eat my food and be ready for a great fight. About the other thing, I'm not worried about if the situation with Caballero. I'm not even thinking about it. I know that he's going to be there in my corner on Saturday, and he's going to be with me for this great fight.
Thank you very much. And next we go to Salvador Rodriguez. Chava, please unmute yourself and go ahead to Salvador Rodriguez.
Yes, aquí estamos. Yes, para los que no hablan inglés, mi estimado Miguel, sí, aquí estamos.
Eso, Chava.
Oye, genial, felicidades por el inglés, hermano, ahí vamos. Oye, ¿te imaginas lo emocionado que puede estar México, Berchelt, por esta pelea? Digo, yo tengo emocionado desde que la confirmaron y desde que sabía que iban a pelear, pero ¿tú te imaginas la posición del fanático mexicano, cómo está en este momento?
No, seguro. Creo que México se va a paralizar ese día. Creo que es una pelea de las más esperadas en el año. La verdad que en el 2020, pues yo sufrí la enfermedad del virus del COVID, no se pudo dar esa pelea lamentablemente, pero este 2021 iniciamos con todos. Desde que se inició la pelea se pactó, bueno, yo recibí muchos mensajes de aliento, mucha gente en las redes sociales me manda muestras de cariño, muestras de apoyo. Mi Instagram está full. Creo que no había tenido tantos seguidores en Instagram como en estas semanas. Y pues bueno, estoy feliz, me pone contento eso. Sé que mucha gente le va al Alacrán, mucha gente le va a Oscar Valdez. Y
Don't
bueno,
like
lo
it, guys.
importante es que vean un buen espectáculo, que vean un tiro parejo y bueno, que disfruten la pelea este sábado.
Again, I'm very happy for this great opportunity of fighting another Mexican warrior. You know, I'm very well prepared for this opportunity. Like I said, we are ready for a great treat, and it's going to be a war this Saturday.
Por último, Miguel, esta es la clase de peleas que te llevan a un siguiente nivel. ¿Crees que va a ser un antes y un después? Para mí el sábado nace una nueva gran estrella. Para mí el sábado nace un nuevo ídolo del boxeo mexicano.
Esperemos que así sea, Creo que de mi parte no les voy a quedar a deber, voy a dar lo mejor que tengo, voy a hacer una pelea inteligente. Creo que el poder de puños del Alacrán ya lo conocen y pues bueno, esperemos saltar el veneno, soltar toda la ponzoña y que venga un knockout de este lado.
This is going to be a good fight between two Mexican warriors, and I believe that this could be the winner, could be the next superstar from Mexico. I know that all eyes in Mexico are on this fight, and from my side, I'm just looking for a great knockout. The Alacrán is coming with all the poison, and everyone knows what I can do with my punching power.
Thank you so much, Chava. Next, we go to Emmanuel Garcia. Emmanuel, please unmute when ready.
Hello, everyone. Miguel, oye, preguntarte qué peso específico. Obviamente sabemos que en la preparación, todo lo que Alfredo Caballero y todo el equipo tienen, pues un peso del trabajo que se distribuye, de la estrategia que puede llevar a la pelea. Pero el día de la pelea, ¿qué tan importante es para ti tener a Alfredo Caballero y qué tanto, en caso de que no se llegue a solucionar esta situación, qué tanto te podría llegar a afectar a ti el no tenerlo ahí en tu esquina? Sabemos, me parece que debe ser de los entrenadores el más gritón de todos, ¿no? Y lo hemos comprobado ahorita con las funciones en público, grita como se oye como si hubiera público con él.
Pues bueno, sin duda es muy importante tener a mi timonel, ¿no? Yo creo que yo soy un yate de primer nivel y bueno, necesito un buen capitán que sepa navegar el barco. Sin duda creo que Caballero es de lo mejor que hay ahorita en la baraja de entrenadores mexicanos y bueno, sin duda va a ser muy importante. La verdad es que no trato de pensar en eso, trato de que todo se va a solucionar. Sé que Caballero va a estar conmigo, sé que va a estar ese día, sé que es una pelea importante para él, para mí y no podemos estar lejos, ¿sabes? Al final de cuentas, él ha trabajado también para esto. Sé que él está muy contento de enfrentar a Oscar, de enfrentar a Eddie Reynoso y sin duda sé que estará conmigo y vamos a hacer una gran pelea, vengo con todo.
It will be very important to have my captain in my corner. I consider myself to be like a first-class judge, and I need that person that knows how to travel the seas with me. You know, we have to be close. We cannot be afar. He has also worked very hard for this opportunity, and I know that he's very anxious of facing Valdez and Eddie Reynoso. You know, right now he's considered one of the best trainers in Mexican boxing. And of course, it will be very important to have him in my corner. But in reality, I'm not thinking about that right now. And I know that he's going to be in my corner on Saturday night.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Emmanuel. And next, if I can work the Zoom. Yep, there we go. Next, we go to Lance Pugmire. Lance, please unmute. And Lance, you have 2 questions. So please start when ready.
Thank you. Hi, Miguel. I just wanted to ask you, for you, can you explain what it means that, you know, the entire country of Mexico will likely be watching this fight?
¿Qué significa para ti, Miguel, que posiblemente todo México esté viendo esta pelea el sábado?
Para mí es muy importante, ¿sabes? He trabajado muchísimo desde niño, desde los 16 años que me metí al boxeo, empecé un poco ya grande, pero siempre he soñado con este tipo de peleas. Crecí viendo Barrera Morales, Barrera Márquez, ¿no? Me tocó ver esas grandes peleas entre mexicanos y siempre sueño, creo que cada boxeador sueña con una pelea así. Y pues bueno, que el nombre de Miguel Berchelt esté estelarizando ahorita con Oscar Valdez aquí en Las Vegas desde la burbuja, para mí es muy importante porque sé que todo México, toda mi raza va a estar viéndome y bueno, espero que sea un gran combate y bueno, que gane el mejor.
This opportunity is great for me. You know, everyone knows what happened when 2 Mexican warriors battle each other. I've been fighting for this opportunity my whole life since I was a little kid. And, you know, I grew up watching Barrera Morales, Barrera Marquez, and those fights were the ones that motivated me. And knowing that now, right now, my name is headlining this event from the MGM bubble alongside with Oscar Valdez, you know, it's very important for me. You know, this is a great opportunity and I'm going to take advantage of it.
Great. And then also your skills and your knockout power have allowed you to win, you know, several fights, in some cases, you know, one-handedly, decisively. It's one thing to win that way, and it's another way to win in a war. Is there a part of you that hopes that this fight is a war, that it's just both of you guys just wailing and going at it, and it can be remembered like the Morales and Barrera and Marquez great fights of the past?
Tus habilidades y tu pegada te han permitido ganar tus peleas bastante decisivamente y de un solo lado. ¿Prefieres tú que esta pelea sea una guerra para atrás y adelante y que sea recordada como esas grandes batallas entre Barrera Morales, Barrera Márquez, y que puedas tener ese tipo de guerras tú también?
Bueno, me encantaría, pero uno no sabe lo que va a pasar. El boxeo es impredecible, ¿no? Al final de cuentas se puede ir a acabar temprano la pelea, se puede ir a decisión, pero sí lo que me encantaría es que sea la victoria de este lado.
You know, boxing is very unpredictable. I will hope to have a war, but you know, like the fight could end very early, or we can go the distance. It's very unpredictable. But what I'm really hoping for is for a win from this side.
Thank you very much. And now we go to Eric. Thank you, Lance. And now we go to Erica Montoya. Erica, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Already asked. Sorry.
No worries. That's one more cross off the list. Erica, thank you. And next we go to Jad Oreda. Jad, and if I mispronounce your name, my apologies. Jad Oreda, please unmute and go ahead when ready, sir.
You said it right. Thank you so much. I apologize a while ago. I had a horrible connection going on, so thank you.
You embarrassed yourself on the entire Zoom call. How dare you?
I know. Hey, so I'm going to redeem myself right now. Thank you. Miguel, mucho gusto nuevamente saludarte. Oye, Oscar dijo que estaba molesto cuando se canceló la pelea de noviembre la primera vez, pero dijo, más bien te acusó de no haberte cuidado durante ese tiempo, que te vio en lugares públicos, que te vio saliendo. ¿Qué le respondes tú a él? Y como segunda pelea es casi similar a la que te hizo Lance. Para ti, ¿en qué nivel pondrías tú este combate con Oscar en tu carrera? Gracias.
Pues bueno, para la primera que no se moleste, que no sea simple. Ahorita el sábado nos vamos a agarrar a madrazos, que no se moleste, ¿no? Al final de cuentas, la pelea se tenía que dar, ¿no? Ahorita vamos a tener 36 minutos para decirme y yo decirle lo que él quiera, como se quiera expresar. Aquí le vamos a bailar el son que él quiera. Y bueno, sobre la otra pregunta, ¿cuál me dijiste que era? No se
Que
escucha.
¿cómo sería?
¿Dónde pongo la pelea?
Sí, el
Pues
ranking.
mira, hay grandes peleas, ¿sabes? Hay grandísimas peleas entre mexicanos. La verdad que no me gusta comparar. Creo que hay muchísimas peleas entre mexicanos. Siempre las peleas entre mexicanos han sido guerras, siempre han sido grandes batallas. Por eso gustan y venden tanto en la Unión Americana. Pero bueno, hay que recordar que los estilos hacen peleas, ¿no? Creo que el estilo de Oscar y el mío encaja para que sea una guerra, para que sea un gran combate. Pero bueno, él tiene su estrategia, yo tengo la mía. Yo creo que el boxeo es como un juego de ajedrez, ¿no? Siempre mueves tus piezas, pero al mover una pieza o mover un peón, siempre viene alguien moviendo, ¿no? El otro rival. Entonces creo que es muy importante eso. Al final de cuentas esperemos que sea un gran combate, si no técnicamente hablando, a lo mejor vamos a tener que fajarnos, a lo mejor técnicamente, pero pues, no sé, lo importante es que va a ser una gran pelea. No importa cómo vaya a ser, yo creo que la gente lo va a disfrutar al máximo porque este choque ya lo quieren ver y lo van a ver este sábado.
The first question was about Oscar.
I feel like I've been here forever.
For when Miguel got the first positive coronavirus test, and Miguel said like, well, he shouldn't be that mad, you know. We're gonna be able to exchange punches for 36 minutes on Saturday, so he shouldn't be that mad about that, you know. We're gonna have this fight on Saturday, and about how he ranks this fight among Mexican fighters. He says that the style of Valdez and his style makes for a great fight, and fans are very eager to see it, and they're gonna see it this Saturday. It's up to the fans to rank the fight, but he believes it's gonna be a great event.
Thank you very much. And next we go to Hector Islas. Hector, please unmute yourself and go ahead when ready, sir.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Miguel, un gusto saludarte nuevamente. Hace rato platicábamos, pero me gustaría a mí saber, quedó ahí pendiente hacerte una pregunta. El día de la pelea, ¿tú consideras que la ventaja que recuperes de peso va a ser el factor clave para que se acabe la pelea rápidamente? Y si te gustaría acabar la pelea por nocaut, esa sería mi otra pregunta. Si el peso va a influir mucho en que salgas victorioso y si te gustaría acabar la pelea por nocaut. Gracias, Miguel.
Bueno, me encantaría que sea por nocaut. Creo que sería la cerecita del pastel. Y bueno, sobre el tonelaje que podría recuperar, yo soy un peso grande para la 130. Pues la mayoría de mis rivales son un poquito más bajitos de estatura. A mí me cuesta dar un poco la 130, pero siempre le he marcado. Creo que en este tipo de peleas, como las peleas y los rivales son muy parejos, son muy similares, creo que aquí no importa el tonelaje, no importa qué tan rápido seas, no importa qué tan duro pegues. Yo creo que el que haga la inteligencia o haga la estrategia más acorde a lo que se está haciendo o se está peleando, creo que sin duda es el que se llevará la victoria.
I would love for this fight to end by knockout. Usually I'm a bigger 130 champion than my opponents. It cost me a little bit more to make the weight, and what I gain after I make the weight, I don't believe it's going to be the advantage. He's going to have the advantage on the fight. The boxing is basically like chess. You know, whoever moves one piece and takes the advantage, he's going to win the fight.
All right, thank you very much, and let's see who we got here. Jake Donovan. Jake, unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you very much, Evan. I wanted to ask Miguel what his favorite fight is in terms of any championship fight between Mexican fighters, and also if he can think of a fight along those lines that would compare to this fight this weekend stylistically.
Can you say again? I'm sorry, Jake.
Okay, so the first part is what his favorite fight is all time, his favorite championship fight between two Mexican fighters.
Que ¿cuál es la pelea más favorita tuya entre peleadores mexicanos por un título?
Pues bueno, hay muchísimas, pero creo que la mía y la de muchos sin duda es Barrera Morales. Creo que la trilogía esa fue espectacular. Y pues bueno, nos pusieron la vara muy alta, pero esperemos no defraudarlos este sábado.
You know, there has been a lot of great fights, but I believe Barrera Morales is mine and a lot of people's favorite war between Mexican fighters. They put the bar very high for us, but we hope to not disappoint this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Sorry, Jake, unmute yourself.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. As I said, man, I had to follow. So my second question was stylistically, if he can pick a fight where he thinks this fight will compare to in terms of the great fights in Mexican history.
¿Dónde pensarías tú que compararía esta pelea entre las grandes peleas de los boxeadores mexicanos?
Creo que cada pelea es distinta, creo que ninguna se puede comparar ya que fueron tiempos distintos, peleadores distintos, pero bueno, nosotros vamos a tener, yo creo que yo y Oscar vamos a hacer nuestro mejor esfuerzo por ponerla en un lugar y yo creo que la gente ya va a decir en dónde estamos parados o dónde la puede poner ellos del ranking, ¿no?
I think every fight is different, you know, like Oscar and I have different styles too, and it's going to be up to the fans where they're going to rank this fight among the other great Mexican battles.
Thank you very much. And just as we go ahead, we don't have too much more time with Miguel, and we have a ton of questions. So everybody from this point on, we need to keep it to one question per reporter, please. So that way more reporters will have the chance to ask their questions. Ernesto Amador, you have one question. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Querido Alacrán, con el gusto de saludarte siempre. Y bueno, Julio César Chávez te tiene como favorito y esto Oscar Valdez lo va a utilizar como una motivación para callar bocas. En tu opinión, ¿qué significa para ti que Julio César Chávez te tenga como favorito? ¿Qué mensaje le das a Julio y si le vas a cumplir al campeón?
No, pues muchísimas gracias. Julio César Chávez es el boxeador más grande que ha dado México. La verdad que agradezco que me tenga como favorito, pero la verdad es que yo no me siento como favorito, ¿sabes? Alguna vez yo tampoco fui favorito cuando enfrenté a Bandido Vargas y sé que no te den como favorito es el más grande motor que puedes tener para vencer a un rival y para callar bocas. Pero bueno, ahora sí que Oscar agarre su motivación. Al final de cuentas yo no me siento favorito, yo sé que será una gran pelea. Sé que hay dos grandes boxeadores, dos grandes entrenadores y sin duda el ganador va a ser el público que vea un excelente combate.
¿Qué mensaje le das a Julio César?
Pues bueno, agradeciéndole, la verdad le agradezco el apoyo. Yo creo que Julio, pues ni modo que no sepa de box, ¿no? Creo que sabe mucho más de los que estamos aquí y la verdad que es un gran campeón, la verdad lo respeto mucho, lo admiro, como te digo, es el boxeador más grande que ha dado México, entonces que él me tenga como favorito me motiva y pues bueno, también me compromete a hacer un gran trabajo.
Gracias.
I want to thank Julio César Chávez, the great Julio César Chávez, for having me as a favorite. You know, if anyone knows boxing is Julio César Chávez, but you know, I want to thank him for that. But I'm not paying attention to all that. To be honest, I don't feel myself as the favorite. I was also once the underdog, and I know that Valdez is going to use that. You know, when I first faced Bandido Vargas, I wasn't the favorite, and I used that as motivation to, you know, to shut up all the people that was saying that I was not going to win. So I'm sure the Valdez is thinking the same way, and at the same time, that's why I don't want to consider myself the favorite.
Thank you very much. And now I have a question. Gardy, we have a question from the audience from Terrell Van. Can you ask Berchelt how does he feel at super featherweight? And win or lose, how much longer does he see himself at 130 pounds?
Miguel, ¿cómo te sientes haciendo el peso en 130? Y también, ¿cuánto tiempo más piensas que estarás en el peso superpluma?
Pues bueno, eso no lo sé. El cuerpo me va a decir al final de cuentas, ¿no? Él es el que habla por mí. Y bueno, sobre lo otro, me cuesta un poquito, la verdad, creo que todos los campeones les cuesta marcar el peso reglamentario, eso Creo que al Finito López le costaba, a Julio César Chávez le costaba, a Floyd Mayweather le cuesta, a Canelo, a todos nos cuesta, a todos los boxeadores, la primera guerra siempre va a ser la báscula. Pero bueno, también estoy consciente de lo que estoy en juego, estoy consciente de que también voy a ganar una buena bolsa, y si gano esta pelea, pues ya no va a ser esto, va a ser a lo mejor lo doble, lo triple. Entonces eso es lo que me motiva, y entonces por eso sacrifico muchas cosas, como mi familia, como estar lejos de casa, y pues bueno, estoy listo para esta pelea.
Having been on this weight, I don't know how long I'm gonna be in the weight. My body is gonna tell me when I'm gonna have to move up, and about I it cost me a little bit to make the weight, but every champion has to go through that. Julio Cesar Chavez did it, like all the big Mexican champions did it, and I see it as a part of the job. I know that by winning this fight, I'm sacrificing a lot, like my family, being away from them, not being home, and I take that all as motivation. And I know that by winning this fight, it will lead to bigger purses, and even tripling my purses. So that's what I have in my mind, and that's what I'm willing to make the sacrifice.
Thank you very much. Jocelyn Flores, you are next. Jocelyn, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hola Miguel, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas tardes. Preguntarte, ¿qué tanto ha evolucionado ese Miguel Berchelt desde 2017 cuando te consagraste campeón mundial? Y obviamente en cada una de las defensas han habido emociones diferentes. Preguntarte en esta batalla tan esperada por los mexicanos, hace creo que 2 años no se vivía algo similar aquí en México. Si hay algo diferente para ti o estás tan concentrado que no hay esas emociones, digamos, o nervios previo a esta pelea. Muchas gracias.
Pues bueno, sin duda creo que he evolucionado mucho, no soy el mismo Miguel Berchelt de 2017 que enfrentó a Bandido Vargas, tampoco lo fui cuando enfrenté a Takashi Miura y a ninguno de mis rivales. La verdad que creo que he ido evolucionando de buena manera, y bueno, ahorita tengo el compromiso más grande de mi carrera, que es contra Oscar Valdez. La verdad es que tengo un concierto de emociones, ¿sabes? Me siento feliz, luego me siento triste porque no tengo a mi mamá, de las gentes que yo quiero por la pandemia. Me siento triste igual porque no va a haber muchos aficionados, no va a ser en la burbuja de Top Rank, pero igual regreso otra vez la alegría y siento que he trabajado para esto, ¿sabes? Estoy muy ansioso, he disfrutado mucho todo desde que he llegado, desde el MGM, el protagonizar una pelea aquí en Las Vegas. Me pone muy contento, la verdad que estoy sumamente ansioso de dar las 130 libras, de que ya sea viernes. Quiero comer, quiero rehidratarme y quiero dar un gran espectáculo porque sé que vengo con toda la actitud y las ganas de llevarme ese cinturón.
Muchas gracias.
I have evolved a lot as a fighter since 2017 when I faced Francisco Vargas, and even when I faced Takashi Miura. I evolved and I learned from every fight, so I'm not the same fighter I was in 2017 as I am now. As for the meaning of this fight, I know this is a big event for Mexico, and sometimes I feel happy because of this big moment where I am right now, but sometimes I feel sad because I'm not gonna have people that I love with me because of the coronavirus, like my mom or family members that could be with me in this fight. But once that hits, it goes back to happy because I'm gonna be headlining a big event in Vegas, like I always dream for, and it's like a concert of emotions, basically.
Thank you very much. And we got a couple questions left. Again, we got a ton of questions, and that means we would keep Miguel here all day, which is not possible. Champ's got to get his rest before flying to Vegas. So a couple more questions. Emmanuel Campo Garcia. Emmanuel, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
I made my question already. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. See, that's why you remove the raise hand button. My bad. I must have forgot. Hold on 1 second. Thank you, Emmanuel. We'll put you on mute and find the next one. Let's see. Cesar Seda. Cesar, you've been waiting patient. Cesar, please ask a question when ready.
Alacrán, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Todo bien? Allá ya estás en Las Vegas. Este sábado se cumplen 1480 días como campeón y tu séptima defensa. Yo creo que el público quiere saber dentro de tu corazón como peleador, qué significa este gran combate para ti, para tu historia y para y para tu iniciado ya legado. ¿Qué significa para ti esto, todo este combate?
Significa mucho, ¿sabes? Me pone muy feliz, muy contento. Recuerdo aquel Miguel Berchelt de 18 años que se fue de su casa, no sabía si iba a ser campeón del mundo, después me noquean, ¿no? Y no sabía si iba a levantarme de aquella derrota. Como bien todos vieron, me convertí en campeón del mundo, ahora llevo 6 defensas. Significa mucho para mí, ¿sabes? Yo sé lo que me ha costado llegar hasta donde estoy, sé todo lo que he pasado y creo que cada una de las adversidades que me ha puesto la vida me han servido y me han hecho el hombre que soy. Entonces, creo que ahorita este sábado tengo una prueba más para que mi legado se siga engrandeciendo. Entonces, estoy listo y preparado, ¿sabes? Hay un dicho que me gusta mucho que dicen el caballo se alista para el día de la batalla, pero más Dios da la victoria, ¿sabes? Entonces, estoy muy motivado, estoy contento, sé que me va a ir bien, sé que soy un peleador inteligente, que sé que tengo buen poder de puños y sé que va a pasar lo que tenga que pasar. Sin duda, espero que yo y que mi rival bajemos con bien y que la victoria se la lleve el mejor.
Le deseamos a ambos lo mejor.
I'm very happy for being in this moment. I remember when I was 18 and I left my house with a dream to become world champion. On my way to there, I got knocked out in one of my fights, and I didn't know if I was going to recover from that, but I did. I became world champion, and I know everything that have costed me to be where I'm at right now. So, right now I'm very grateful and happy for this big opportunity, and we're just going to go for a big win on Saturday night.
Thank you very much. And looks like we have one final question. Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please ask when ready.
Hi, Miguel. During your time as an amateur, Valdez was the highest rated in the division at the time in Mexico. Is there any added incentive or gratification that you would get in defeating him to make a statement for those that may have overlooked you as an amateur?
Cuando comenzaste tu carrera como aficionado, tú y Oscar estaban más o menos contemporáneos y él estaba como el peleador más alto rankeado, pero nunca llegaron a pelear. ¿Piensas tú que una victoria este sábado te daría te quitarías esa espinita de quizás todas esas personas que no te vieron como un gran peleador aficionado por encima de Oscar?
Sí, sin duda, yo creo que a veces las cosas pasan por algo, ¿no? Yo creo que Dios no hace nada a lo tonto y bueno, Él quiso que Él vaya a Juegos Olímpicos, la verdad que yo me fui por otro camino y la verdad que he disfrutado toda mi carrera, ¿sabes? Al final de cuentas, creo que la vida da revanchas y bueno, ahí viene la mía este sábado, esperemos salir avante, esperemos que sea una gran pelea, la verdad, espero que la disfruten muchos, todos los aficionados están yo creo que ansiosos y ya tronándose los dedos porque llegue el día sábado y bueno, esperemos no defraudarlos, creo que voy a hacer una pelea muy inteligente, una pelea sumamente capaz que voy a hacer que salgan a relucir todos mis dotes como boxeador, mi pegada, mi rapidez, voy a hacer todo lo que he practicado arriba del ring, entonces yo sé que la van a disfrutar mucho y espero que no se la pierdan.
Everything happens for a reason. If God decided that it was Oscar time to go to the Olympics, so be it, I believe that everyone gets a rematch or revenge, and I feel that my revenge is going to be this Saturday. I'm ready and have prepared very well, work hard in the gym for this fight, and I'm ready to showcase all my skills, my boxing ability, my punching power, and, just get a big win on Saturday. I'm ready for it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, my apologies. Everybody wasn't able to get a question off for Miguel or Oscar. Again, we had well over 70 reporters in the chat. So unfortunately cannot accommodate anybody. We tried our best. Miguel, any final thoughts for the fans and the media before you head to Vegas?
Miguel, un último mensaje que quieras enviarle a los fanáticos antes de despedirte.
Oh, claro que sí, que no se pierdan esta pelea, que la verdad va a ser una grandísima pelea, creo que mucha gente la estuvo esperando por mucho tiempo, Y pues bueno, quiero decirles que ya estoy listo, que ya estoy aquí en el MGM, ya estoy ansioso de ponerme los guantes, de cazar el short y bueno, si me dicen que ahorita mismo en la pelea y ahorita mismo voy corriendo, me pongo los guantes y estamos listos. Que no se la pierdan y que disfruten este sábado la pelea.
I would like to tell everyone to not miss this fight. This is going to be a great fight, a great event. If, I'm ready to fight. If the fight was right now, I'm just ready to put on my gloves, put on my trunks, and get ready for a war. So I hope that nobody misses the fight this Saturday and that they enjoy it. It's going to be a great war.
Thank you so much, Miguel, for joining us. Thank you, all the media, for joining us today. Please remind everybody, ESPN, 10 p.m. Eastern, also on ESPN Plus. So ESPN and simulcast on ESPN Plus for the main two fights, Flores Velez and, of course, Berchelt Valdez. Undercard, Elvis Rodriguez, Esquiva Falcao, Xander Zayas, 6:30 p.m. on ESPN Plus exclusively. So great night of action. Whether you have cable, whether you have streaming, there will be a way for you to watch it here in the United States. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and you'll all be watching the fights, and we will see you then. Thank you.
You know, when I cover Zoom calls like that, 2.5 hour Zoom calls, I'm going to say that that's me putting the groundwork in. That's the road work. You know, you think I make any money off of covering that? No, but at least I can say that I was on a Zoom call with a former and a current world champion and maybe future world champions in Elvis Rodriguez and Xander Zayas. That's what it's about, right? Putting in the work. And my, that shit got me tired. I'm tired. And I had just had a nap about 2 hours. I woke up about 2 hours before the stream. Something about sitting through the Zoom calls, man. And let me tell you something. Matchroom had one earlier today. I missed it. The one for Josh Kelly, David Evernessians. Matchroom Zoom calls be fucking 3.5 hours, bro. I be sitting through them joints. I be having a rough time. I'm human. Shit, I be sitting through them joints. You know, so it's not all about the money all the time. You know, sometimes you want to put the groundwork in, the road work. So, but tired. That's one thing for sure. So, all right, let's talk about the fight. We already seen Oscar Valdez get his jaw broke. You know, that was some shit. But Scott quick. So the question I have is, how is he going to hold up against a naturally bigger fighter? On paper, Berchelt looks like the stronger fighter, 37-1 with 33 KOs, 29 years old. First really came on the scene, like really, you know, with the Francisco Vargas, you know, fight. Takashi Mora. I'm talking about like the fights that meant something, not these. The Barrios fight, no, not really. The Miguel Roman fight. Francisco Vargas again finished him off. Jason Sosa. I remember this fight didn't count. And wasn't this the same card that Mauricio Lara was on? And now Oscar Valdez. So the question is, if Miguel Berchelt does win, does he stay at the weight? It's looking like, you know, he's flirting with moving up. He wants the bigger paydays. But to get the bigger paydays at 135, the guys that he's targeting will likely move up too. Like Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. The money's going to be moving up. Lomachenko ain't moving to 140, so that's that. Lomachenko may be coming back to face Masayoshi Nakatani, according to Bob Arum. $130 is all over the place. We saw what happened with Jojo Diaz. You got Rakhimov, who's going to take on Kenichi Ogawa for the vacant title. So Jojo Diaz and Tevin Farmer are both out when it comes to that. Jojo's not moving up. He's staying at 130. Jamel Herring and Carl Frampton just got pushed back a whole month from February the 27th, the same day as Canelo versus Yildirim, to March the 27th. But that's some Frank Warren BT Sports shit. Did you notice? Like, Frank Warren fights always getting postponed. I have a feeling that Usyk versus Joyce, which is supposed to be in April, is going to get postponed. You know what I'm saying? So 130 right now, ain't no real money at 130. You think you're going to get Tank Davis? By the way, isn't Miguel Berchelt a promotional free agent or a managerial free agent or something after this fight? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he can end up on the PBC side. I wouldn't be surprised. But what would he stay at 130 for unless he's going to get Tank Davis? You see what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you know, the fight, the Frampton versus Herring winner, but then you got Shakur Stevenson right out there too. Shakur Stevenson is the mandatory for the winner of Herring versus Frampton. Yeah, man, that shit was 2.5 hours, bro. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on you. You know, but what it is, you know, the main fighters were getting, you know, 15 minutes apiece. And then the main event, Valdez got a half an hour and Berchelt got a half an hour. So that's an hour right there. So it just was, I was just sitting here, you know, I had phone calls and, you know, preparing dinner. My chicken is not thawed out. It's 6 p.m. I got to clock out at fucking 7 p.m. Jeez. But anyway, let's get back to it. Like, you know, where's the money at 130? I mean, you got Leo Santa Cruz between 130 and 126. You know, I'm thinking that Miguel Berchelt, you know, wants to move up if he wins. But what if Oscar Valdez wins? He's definitely staying at the weight. And he'll definitely fight the winner of Carl Frampton, Herring, and whatever Shakur Stevenson is going to do. Forget the WBA. Forget that situation. Tank Davis has the WBA title at 130. So expect for them to keep it on that side. Like, I mean, look, you know, Chris Colbert right there and everything. The IBF, Rakhimov and Nogawa, who really cares about that, right? Well, it didn't get called off. It was postponed for a month until March the 27th. So once again, yeah, outside of Valdez, what reason does Miguel Berchelt have to stay at the weight, you know? I keep pushing it back, but it's only because I've been like really, really busy. Like personal life shit. I got a little girl moving in, you know? Stop cussing, Terrell. I'm getting there though. I recognize the problem. So, you know, I'm really like cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff. And then remember, if you don't know, I know it's a little... You know, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talking about it. But I'm happy as shit. I was like being framed for being a woman beater for like 6 years straight. So I've been fucking vindicated. Like beyond all doubt. Not reasonable, beyond all doubt. So it's like, yo, you know. So I've been doing a lot of stuff in the background of my life. Getting everything, you know. And I'm just happy to be back in boxing. And just getting back to my boxing shit. Stuff. Getting back to my boxing stuff. And, you know, just had 90,000 or something views on a UFC video. And I treat UFC so bad. But you know what? Let me shut up. So tomorrow, I'm telling you, I'm doing it. Like first thing in the morning, you're going to see me here doing a video. I'm going to release a video probably 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the first episode. I'm going to likely do it on parts 1 and 2. Berchelt versus Valdez, Blood, Sweat, Tears, part 1 and 2 recap. I'm going to watch both of them. We're going to talk about it, and it's going to be my official fight week preview and prediction video for the fight. I put the stuff down below in the description box. We're not going to watch it. I'm just showing something. Here's the link. Hold on.
There are parts of the globe
just a preview.
Where the sport itself transcends its roots to galvanize not just a country, but a national identity, a unified sense of pride, exhibited through its greatest prize fighters. It has been said that no nation more embodies this concept than the land south of the border. A place where machismo and gloves go hand in hand, and where only the greatest earn the title of Mexican warrior. 2 words that encompass many styles, but only one relentless mentality. With 33 knockouts and a 37-1 record, Few can stake claim to his country's fighting heritage more than El Alacran, the Scorpion.
It was punishment for 6 rounds.
As Miguel Berchelt, a 6-time junior lightweight champion, hunts for his 7th title defense.
Defended his WBC world title for the 6th time.
Yet his opponent owns 2 things even the reigning champion does not: an undefeated record and an Olympic pedigree.
Combination from the Mexican fighter and ends.
As former WBO featherweight champion Oscar Valdez seeks to seize the Scorpion's title.
As they are going to trade to the bell, acting like fighters in a
However, here,
that's my concern, is if he can take his power. He got his jaw broke, remember? Let me pull up that clip.
And toughness rise above all else. As 2 of the greatest warriors of their generation vie for the mantle that matters most. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Berchelt versus Valdez.
This is boxing.
I hope they don't copyright me for this bullshit. That's why boxing gotta be, like, you know, we be trying to do our job, but they don't be giving us the shit we need. But anyway, remember, Valdez got his jaw broke, you know, against Scott Quigg. And, you know, he's going up in there against another heavy puncher. So you would think, consciously or subconsciously, you know, he ain't gonna be really trying to get hit. You see what I'm saying? To feel that sensation, or just a mental part of it, like being your mouth wired up, certain shit you can't eat and everything. So I think he's going to be a very disciplined fighter. And what if the curse of trainer of the year lives on? He's with Eddie Reynoso right now in the Canelo camp. You know, when you get trainer of the year, me personally, I think it should have been Derek James, personally, my personal opinion. But I think because of the taboo of the Errol Spence situation, the fact that he was drunk when all that. Anyway, moving on. Listen, you know, we gonna see. We gonna see. Let me play this little clip here. Where we at? Left screen cam. There we go. I mean, dude been in a lot of wars, bro. You know, you think he want to stay in the pocket with Berchelt? I don't think so. Listen, you know, I'm trying. I was getting ready to cuss, but I'm not. He's gonna have some very nasty things happen to him. You know. I mean, I understand. Scott Quigg is a warrior, you know, and this was like Scott Quigg's last stand, and he probably didn't respect. Look, you saw that shit. He probably didn't respect Scott Quigg, and that's why he got his face smashed, his mouth busted up. You know? We're going to see, though. We're going to see. So, the only problem I have is I have an obligation to where I might be able to cover this fight live. If not, I'm not going to start my coverage until 2 a.m. You know, from like 2 to like 6 a.m. And the card's going to end at about midnight or so, maybe a little bit before. So also you have the Adrian Broner return. I'm working on that right now to make sure I get the post-fight press conference and all that. Even if I'm not going to be here to watch it live. So still another busy week in boxing. And to be honest with you, even though this card or this fight could with Berchelt could end up being the fight of the night, still, nonetheless, I think that the Adrian Broner card, even though it's on Showtime, a paid premium channel, and not ESPN and ESPN Plus, I still feel that the Broner fight is going to get more ratings. Or, you know, be a bigger ratings draw. My personal opinion, of course. All right, last promo before we get up out of here.
One thing I'm loving about Berchelt is the body work. Everybody knows I love body work, but it opens up the headshots like that. Oh, down
Phil Sosa, the corner, stepping in there and having mercy on their own fighter.
It was the right thing to do.
Vamos a esperar la pelea de Valdez. Y bueno, si gana, aquí estoy listo. Si quiere este cinturón, aquí está, le va a costar.
Valdez will always be a Mexican warrior. You know what that's going to add to Valdez? The legacy and the big fights that he wants to continue to have.
Lopez wobbled. Lopez down. Big right hand. And a combination ensues. Valdez, and that's it.
Miguel Berchelt standing here in the ring. Is that a fight that you want? I know you want a world title.
He has that WC belt. He's trying to take it back home. He's a champion. That's the one I would want to fight.
It's going to be a collision between two runaway trains. Well, the trains are getting ready. The coal is getting shoveled into the red-hot engines. If you like offense and very little defense, then sit back and enjoy. You know that old adage of hit and don't get hit? It doesn't apply here. Mexican style.
That's not a good thing to talk about lack of defense for a fighter.
Big combination from the Mexican fighter. A TKO knockout win.
He's a dog. He won't get cracked. The fight will break out.
Oh, nice left hook from Oscar Valdez.
And it's over. My, oh my.
Valdez ain't no punk or nothing, but, you know, in this case, you don't want to end up like Josh Warrington, right? Well, Josh Warrington was fighting somebody that he, I'm guessing, you know, underestimated or didn't think was going to come out like that. Berchelt is no Mauricio Lara, but in this case, you want to fight smart. You already had your jaw broke. And, you know, you don't want to go out here and go slugging it out. Like, this is where, like, okay, all your amateur background and everything you learned, you need to fight smart. You know, you're the underdog. I'm not saying Valdez can't win. I'm just saying this is like the fight of his life, his career is going to prove like, all right, now you're 30. It's like, all right, who's this guy they've been telling us, yo, watch out for Valdez. Like, he going to be the motherfucking man. This is the, stop cussing. This is the fight where he's supposed to be the man, right? This is it, right? Berchelt is the favorite. They're like, oh shit, smaller fighter. He going to fight him, move up in weight. You know, beat him, move up in weight. One of the best fights in history. Damn, Andres or Molina. What the fuck? Stop cussing. Like, bro, you feel it's going to in history? I mean, I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm hyped. I think it's going to be a great fight. But I'm not, you know, saying it's going to be the, you know. But I'm glad you're excited, you know. So this is what I'm going to go do. We've been sitting here for 3 hours, bro. And it takes about an hour, 2 hours, about an hour or so to do the prep for these videos. So I need to get away from this computer. Like, I need to get away. Go take a walk. Go, you know, see what's up with my thawing chicken to put in my air fryer. The thing is, I don't want to end this video at just 2:53. If it's going to be a 3-hour video, it's got to be a 3-hour video. 2.5-hour Zoom call. What happened? I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm glad that I had the access to these things, but shit. 2.5 hours? Bro. Come on. Valdez has skills and bad habit of mixing it up. Yeah, he better not stay in the pocket too long. I see him going down. I see it might be ugly. Look what happened to Josh Warrington. That was pretty ugly. Once his legs went, you know. We're going to see, though. I guess we can talk about the card, you know, chew some time up. Give you a little preview here. All right, so here we are. Esquiva. How do you pronounce this? Falcao versus Artur the Wolverine. Akavov. Remember, he fought Billy Joe Saunders in a YMCA, Leisure Center. And he also fought Demetrius Andrade, where Demetrius Andrade was running around goofing off. You got Gabriel Flores, highly touted prospect, versus Jayson Velez. Jayson Velez just so happened fought Oscar Valdez in Oscar Valdez's last fight, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Elvis Rodriguez, another prospect, versus Luis Alberto Veron. Xander Zayas, another highly touted prospect, against James Martin. Sonny Canto on that joint against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Cruiserweight. Stop cussing. Trash Bridgerweight division. Trash Bridgerweight. This is a solid little Hispanic card. You know, I'm half Mexican, half Irish, half black. This is a solid card for my people. I like this card. Because, see, you're getting value in watching the prospects in Sonny Canto, Zayas, Rodriguez, and Flores. There's value in watching these, because potentially there's a high chance that 3 or 4 are going to probably be world champion one day. And then him too. He's, worth the watch. So these are fights, and they're not matched with like some old 18 and 18 and 7s and shit. They got some nice little, experience with both of these two right here. Yeah, y'all having some issues down in Texas. How do you get snow in Texas? I got to look it up. I haven't been watching the news, especially the Philadelphia news. It's all full of gloom and doom. Like, bro, I got to be on the news soon. I'm hoping I don't have to. It's some crazy stuff going on, man. Like, people taking kids, and there's crazy stuff going on out here. Like, I haven't been keeping up. I don't be keeping up with the coronavirus, nothing. Nothing. I'm like, you know what? You ain't scaring me every day. I'm not falling for it, man. But yeah, man, I hope y'all make it through. Like, when is it supposed to be? I'm guessing that the Texas infrastructure is not built for snow, so power lines have been freezing and all that. Is that what it is? You're not used to, like, the infrastructure is not, ready for heavy snowstorms? Something along those lines? So, I got to figure out what I'm doing with myself. I'm going to get up off of here and go take a little walk around the block or something with my boy Buddy Heyman. I'm T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for a stream and some videos. Where we at? Please subscribe. Like the video.